wanna pretend that we know it all. We wanna pretend that we know it all. We wanna pretend that we know that's all the farthest from the truth. Farthest, we know that we know. We wanna pretend that we know that's all the farthest from the truth. Farthest, we know that we know. Welcome to me. Another dawn of loneliness. I've drifted far from grace. I love him more than I can say. But when he leaves me here alone with my thoughts, this hollow pain begins to take control. Awake when the daylight fades, camera on, lights low, performing once again. Never hungry, but I still consume it all. Touch every offering that enters this house. Count it, claim it, turn my emptiness to content. He pulls away to chase his purpose, and the fire ignites my veins. Told his family all my shadows the first time we met. Now the silence screams my name. So I'm a criminal. it's not enough tonight. So I'm a creep, have mercy on my soul. Said I don't even peek, but ignores. So I'm a creep, ain't fast when he's gone. Touching every blessing, counting every scar. So I'm a
Hello, everyone. I'm back. Did y'all miss me? I know not much has went on at all, but I'm here. Gigi, how's the vacation going? Vacation's over. It was, I mean, I liked visiting, but stomach bug got passed around. It was not nice. I'm happy to be back home. We had a lot of fun. I am toasty. It's just I'm like shirted up because I'm like in the peeling process from getting so much sun. So it's nasty. I look like a leper or something. Oh no, it's itchy. The peeling process after getting sunburnt. You're cooking food while you watch Jenny Lenny? Yeah, it was a little bit of a rough go. Doing a lot of caca wee whizzing in the absence. Yeah, Rosie hasn't been giving us much, if anything. Your shoulders got scorched, you got lizard skin cap sleeves when you wear tank top. Yeah, I got burnt, I got tore up on my chest, my shoulders, my back. My face didn't get it as much because I wore a hat most of the time that I was out, so it had, like, the visor, and then I also put a shit ton of sunblock on. So, my face didn't get it as much. I'm still a little like, my freckles are coming through if you see me in person. Yeah, it's like a very bright orange. You can kinda see my natural colors trying to come back through as well. With a green eye makeup look, I wanna do, when I come back Saturday, I'm gonna be made up. I'll be all girly. I'm kind of in my butch phase right now. Dealing with the sunburn, I'm just like, "Slather me in lotion and get this peeling over with." I hate it. I've been exfoliating every other day. About to buzz yours, it's so hot. Yeah, it's been in the 90s here. It's yucky. It's so muggy. I just wish it would rain. Just give me some rain. Why didn't I chop it on stream? Well, to be fair, you guys got it in a vlog. You guys got a clip of it in one of the vlogs. I think it was the second vlog where I chopped my hair off. Well, Liam helped me buzz my head. We have a tiny bathroom and it's like, okay, I can't maneuver the mirror to see the back of my head and then trim it at the same time. So I'm like just feeling it and I was like, it's like braille. Did I get it all? Did I get it all? And finally I was like, Liam, just come in here and trim my hair, please. I haven't went like close shaven since COVID, I think. On at COVID, I went like as close as I could possibly get. It was bald. Eyebrows. I actually got like a what is it, topaz colored eyebrow pencil. Because my hair naturally kind of picks up on reds, so I usually have that and then like the darker brown, and then I have black for when I feel like living in my emo roots. Yeah, no fans, 90 degrees. We went before we left Florida, it was still high 80s, low 90s, and we went to um Ollie's, which is like a liquidation center for all things. It kind of just has all things in there. I'm not really even sure how to describe it. It's just like a liquidation center, and it's pretty big. And we went in there and saw some cool stuff, and I got a lot of like skincare stuff that was really cheap. And granted, it may not be the best quality stuff, or it could be good quality and just on its way out to expire. But like paying $1.99 for something versus $7, $8, $10 for it, I'll take it and I'll use it up real quick. So I got a bunch of skincare stuff, and then I got a bunch of hair care stuff for my girls because they both have long hair, and spent under $20. And then we went to like this anime store for Liam that we'd never been to. I think it's like anime something. I'll have to look back on the video clip. But we went there and it was so hot. Even with a neck fan, my youngest was like, "It is so fucking hot. It is so fucking hot." And I was like, "I know, it's hot. It's really hot out." Yeah, it's kind of like a Big Lots. Ollie's is kind of like a Big Lots. Especially with the store, I think they took over a Big Lots. Darce, welcome to the chat. This is me just checking back in with people. This isn't the usual content. This is just me checking in today, like catching up with everybody since I've been gone. But Ollie's was different. We went in there. They have tons of pet stuff too, and I wanted to go through and look more at that because I know the cats are in need of another like scratching post. They go through them like crazy. But they have a lot of like niche stuff that I've never seen before. Like there was a 40-year-old version like pull tab doll that quoted a bunch of things from the 40-Year-Old Virgin movie. So it was different. It's 103 there, Celestial. We're going to be going to Vegas in the next few months, and I'm terrified because it said it was 103 there today, or 104, something around in there. Liam said, and I was like, it is going to be so hot. I'm just going to have to go around in like my tank top dresses or something. It's going to be disgustingly hot. And like we have to do business meetings over there, and we have to like meet with people professionally, and I'm just like, I'm going to stink. Like I swear. It's just going to be yuck sweat. I was like, hopefully they're well air conditioned where we're meeting them up, because if not, my face is going to fucking melt off and I'm just going to be a sweaty mess. Yeah. I'm hoping we catch them coming out of summer, but even then it's going to be so hot there. So much walking in Vegas. The walking's not going to be, it's the sweating. And I'm hoping like there's an area where I can like refresh myself, because I know me. I sweat like a fucking whore in church if I'm outside in the heat. I don't tolerate the heat well. I'm a big bitch. And so I have, like, my body powders and stuff that I'm planning on taking with me, and then there's the body deodorants I'm planning on taking with me, and I'm trying to prep as much as possible, but I'm like, I really hope the venues that these people have picked are air conditioned and have areas where I can go freshen up, because if not, it's gonna be not a fun time. They're gonna come in and I'm gonna look like I've been ran through the ringer. My makeup is gonna be melted. Oh, no, Minka. Yeah, I saw that in the Discord. I hope you're doing better now, girl. I know it's rough out there. Adrian, yeah, that's rough. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to it, but, it's gotta be done. We're going to a couple other different places too. We may get the chance to go to Hawaii, which I'm both excited for, but also, like, terrified for. The canned waters, I may have to look into that. The neck cooling thingy. We have, like, one of those, it looks like a noodle that you freeze and it's supposed to cool your neck down. I don't know. Can freshen up as long as I don't stink. Wear deodorant, powder yourself up. Yeah. Like I'm used to being sweaty, like having to be out in the heat and stuff, but having it being a professional setting, I'm just like, I don't wanna, like, smell like a wet dog coming in here. So I'm just like, let's just let me get a chance to, like, freshen myself up. Hopefully, they have a place. Yeah, the paper towels soak up sweat pretty well. I'm gonna be needing that. I'm wholehearted. I just know it. And I know I'm gonna have to reapply my eyebrows because those fuckers are not gonna stay on if I'm profusely sweating. Kimmy said, please trust this. If you get overheated, put it in ice cubes and cloth and put it between your boobs or your sternum. I promise it works. When I worked the factory, this has been like ages ago now, but I used to work in a factory like 7 days a week. And we used to do the old rubbing alcohol sprayed onto a paper towel and draped around the backs of our necks or put between our chests. I wouldn't recommend it, but that's what we did to cool off. Yeah, the scented body wipes. Yeah. I'm planning on bringing uh like wipes, facial wipes, and then I've got body powder. I always have body powder though. It's even in Florida, like it's kind of a necessity. Um and then body deodorant. I found the like all over body deodorants and I'm going to give those a whirl. It's a dryer heat. I'm expecting like Texas times 10, Jennifer, for 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 Vegas. I'm expecting Texas but times 10 cuz I've had Texas heat. Oh, Vegas is great compared to Texas heat. Keep your wrists cool and it'll instantly cool. That's interesting. I'll have to try it. Like no humidity in Vegas. Yeah, I'm gonna be the humidity in Vegas because I'm gonna sweat profusely. Oh, just stay super hydrated, especially if you're used to humid heat. Yeah, I'm gonna have to limit my Diet Dr. Pay's out there and whatever alcoholic beverages we get at the meetup. Mega Babe powder. I don't know what I use. I think it's like Curvy something in a pink bottle. Going to the crazy buffet? No. We're gonna steer clear of buffets, especially after the whole fiasco with everybody getting a stomach bug. Um, I'm gonna just try eating as much as I can from the hotel that they're furnishing for us. It has its own restaurant, so, hopefully we get by in with that and just, you know, packing snacks, I guess, for the hotel room. We're only gonna be there, I think, 3 or 4 days. So, but yeah, it was I wish I could say I had a better time, but it was awful. It was awful, and I felt so bad because, like, my sister had planned so much for us to come and visit, and it was one of her kids that it had, I guess, stayed over at somebody's house and brought the sick back with them and just passed it to everyone. Everyone. Within I think it was like a day and a half because they were sick and, like, they tried quarantining them off so that nobody else really got sick, and then just everyone got it. Yeah. So, I ended it sooner. I wasn't supposed to be back until the 26th, like, I wasn't supposed to be back in Florida until the 26th, and I was like, "I'm gonna have to call it early," just because I don't wanna I don't wanna, like, prolong everybody being sick, and I feel like it's better if we just head back home because everybody was still kinda miserable and not wanting to, like, eat much of anything and just we all had the trauma from sharing a two-bedroom house, a two-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom house for a few days, and yeah, I prefer being sick in my own home, that's correct. It was rough. Yeah. I don't think I've ever been that I mean, I've, like, run fevers and stuff, but I've never been, throw up sick in quite some time, and that was yucky. I don't wish that on anybody. It was not good. And then, of course, because it's me, I am, like, put off by certain foods now, and they just disgust me, so that's gonna be something to work through, but I'm just like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get skinny because all I wanna eat is soup and toast. Mm." It does, T, it does. I was so over it, and all of us being sick, especially Liam, like, oh my taste aversion achievement unlocked if we exactly, exactly. And, like, I was supposed to on our return home, I was supposed to go and have a tattoo appointment. That's not happening because I just don't feel good enough to go and have it done. So I've postponed that, and then I'm supposed to go and have a piercing done. I've also had to postpone that because I am not at 100% and I just don't feel like taking that on directly after getting sick. So I've just been kind of just maintaining myself for right now. But I managed to get a lot of research done on Caitlin of the 5.99 to Damn She's Fine, so there's that. I've got, like, file folders full of stuff, so that'll be fun for Saturday. Celestial, right? Toast after being sick really slaps, it does. It's the only thing I will wanna nibble on. Misterella, that's just the way it goes, girl. Immune compromised, and then also clumsy, and also, like, 40. It's just and also a big bitch, like, it just comes in waves. Bella, thanks for your boots on the ground journalism. You need to get a job with Time Magazine. I don't know about all that. And some of the stuff I've had to, like, I don't wanna, like, give out too much personal information even though it's everywhere, but, like, some of the things I've kind of, blurred out or removed or am not gonna talk about at all just because I feel like it's too much entangling in very personal shit, but, like, I will talk on the matters, I just don't wanna show because children are involved in this, and that's also another thing that I'm just like, do I wanna take on somebody like, it's been so good until now with working with Amberlynn and Chantal and Rosie because they don't have children associated with them. None of them procreated. So, aside from them on occasion throwing children in the mix with their content, they don't directly have children. So, this is yeah, Scar very much horror cow adjacent. Yeah. Rosie still might. I mean, she's hopeful, I guess, but God help us. We're dropping kids off at the pool. Yeah, it's a different ballgame when children are involved. "Hello, honey." Um, and so I've kinda had to try to hide a lot of stuff while showing the information, but, like, blurring personal shit. And I'm even like, I know her name is out there, Caitlin's full name is out there, but I also don't wanna really share on that. But I just couldn't believe she was on Dr. Phil. That threw me for a loop. Pull up my notes here. And also, like, some of the stuff dealing with her boyfriend is really, really dark. Really dark. And it seems like a lot of bad shit follows her and she accepts a lot of bad shit. And maybe it's just also like I feel like I feel like certain I can't even say certain women. It's just women in general. Well, actually people in general. Let me not even get gender specific. People in general. People in general who have been hurt, who have lived traumatic lives, who have not been handed a good lot in life tend to seek out other people that have done those things to them in life and feel like that's their lot in life to always live with that burden of being traumatized and living with people that traumatize other people. And Dobbin, hello. Uh, and I feel like that kind of carries over into this and it just sucks. It sucks seeing it, especially because she's put so much work into changing her lifestyle and the health route, but then you see the mistakes that she's making everywhere else, and it's like, Jessica. Yeah, Gigi, it's normal to them, unfortunately. And like I see that. I've done that. I've sought out people that were like the people that hurt me in my life and felt like that's all that I deserved in life. And you gotta do a lot of soul searching to kind of get out of that. Exactly, Rancid. When you've been in the shitter for so long, normal looks way different. Yeah. Estrella, what you witnessed during developmental periods as a child shapes your perception of the world and how relationships function. So learned patterns are reenacted in adulthood. Yeah. Unfortunately. And it sucks seeing it. So parents take note. Exactly. Exactly. And I feel like a lot of what I found out about Caitlyn, I was like, damn, it wasn't like it was hard to find either. Um, her snark Reddit does a really good job at trying to provide receipts to things to back things up. But not only that, a lot of this information was given by Caitlyn herself. So, um, I think it's really funny. I just think it's really funny that Rosie always attaches herself or tries to um make friendly with other bigger people, not realizing that, hey, other bigger people other bigger people, even if doing well on the health avenue, can still be bad people, can still not be great people. And then my camera freezes. Start said, "Don't feel like I should have much input on the child developmental or drama communities as I'm getting neutered." Roz is a moron in general, yeah. Well, I mean, it goes to show you that she just wants clout. This person has a lot of people watching them. They're doing well in their health journey, which is all some people are seeing of their journey. They're not looking any deeper into her other than surface level. Hey, this is an over 600-pound woman that lost 300 pounds, like, and is getting skin removal surgery. So, she's beating the odds. Well, yeah, that's great. But, like, what about all these other things? Just because they're losing weight doesn't make them a good person. It doesn't make them, somebody that you should look up to. It just means that they're a person that had success in weight loss. Do I think Rosie's current symptoms are the beatus or is she with child? I think it's beatus. I think she's been too long away from Remy for it to be with child. And I don't think they messed around like that. I think I think it was very surface level, if anything at all. Like, I think the extent of their intimacy was the mantis finger touching on her shoulders and kisses on the face. She just had a towel time. Yeah. The bug touches. Yeah, the bug touches. Oh god. I've never had somebody touch me like that. That's maybe I'm missing out. She put him on the stove and went to town. Yeah, went to town on that mac and cheese. Went to town on that pork. That pork slop. God, that pork. Ugh. I've never seen pulled pork look like that. Never in my 9 lives have I ever seen pork look like that. The bingo wing burn mating dance. Oh my god. It was something else. It was something else. Oh, I haven't seen that name in a long time, but I recently saw something about Jared, that crab life. Have we learned nothing from Jared Fogle? Yeah, obviously, if you're over 12 inches, he's not into it. If you're that man was disgusting. And how dare they not look more into him? Like, fame really went to his head where he was just wilding out in the public like that. Crazy. Celestial therapist. When did the nightmares begin? Yeah, the mac and cheese. 2000s was a wild time. Yeah, GG, the subway creep. Yeah, real creepy. Ugh. Rancid said Rosie using expired meds is oof. Medical emergency, but maybe she's hoping for it. She just doesn't understand the price she'll pay. Doesn't understand the price she'll pay. Yeah, over 12 inches or over 12 years. Jared's not interested. Yeah. They recently had discussed him in something, and I can't fucking remember. It was a documentary of some kind, and he was briefly mentioned, and I was like, oh, I forgot all about that fucker. And that was in the peak of my time. Rio said I would like to time travel as an adult back to the 2000s. The fashion and parties seemed fun. I was at parties in the 2000s that I should not have been in. 2000s was a wild time. Documentary. I know. My husband makes fun of the way I say documentary too. Uh, it is what it is. I don't know when I started saying it like that. I don't know. I think when I lived in Texas. The documentary. Club attire in the 2000s was office chic. Ooh, I love me some office chic with the shoulder. No, that I'm way dating myself there. Fucking shoulder pads. That was like 80s and 90s. Oh man, I remember my mother sending me for my school pictures when I was a wee youngin', and I had the fucking big ass chunky shoulder pads, polka dotted, black and white polka dotted outfit, and these, I'm sure they were brass. I'm sure they weren't great quality earrings. It was probably something she got at the dollar store, but they were like fall leaf plated gold earrings. It was a wild time growing up then. My hair was fucking high and had so much Aquanet in it. Ugh. I didn't have the blunt bangs, I had poodle bangs because my hair was so curly. So, it was like a little poof of poodle bangs, and then the rest of my hair was, like, brushed up, and it was just curly. And it was short, but it was just curly. 80s kids had poodle bangs. Well, see, um, my mother was not big on using the curling iron with me when I was younger because, uh, I'd always get burnt, and she knew it was picture day, so she didn't curling iron my bangs, so that was just my natural curls, which is just very poofy. Very, takes us to Sears for family photos. Yeah, I remember Sears and JCPenney's. Do they still do JCPenney photos anymore? Yeah, the big ass shoulder pads. I was like, "What the hell?" And the outfit itself, it was like a little vest thing that had the big ass shoulder pads in it. It was like a little bolero almost. And then underneath it was like a black, um, kind of like a tank top almost looking. And then it attached to a poofy polka dotted skirt that matched the little bolero. It had like little not suspenders, but like that same material with the little clamps on it to hold the bolero on. It was wild. I vividly remember that, and I was so young. But I don't remember much else about my childhood, which is probably trauma, but, I would like to believe I just forgot. I got a perm like 15 years ago and I got so many compliments on it. You did, Rancid? I had a perm. My mom permed my hair when I was fairly young, and I think my hair just never was not curly after that. I don't know if it was just puberty or what the fuck happened, but I had, like, relatively straight hair until my mom permed it, and then I've had curly hair since. You can't tell now, but, when it's super short, it's not curly, but when I get some length on this, it's curly. Is a perm just a relaxer with rollers? Yeah, brioche, essentially. It's the same I believe it's the same chemicals. Your hair grew back out straight and now it's wavy again. Yeah, my hair is only straight when it's like this. And it's not all the way because there's some parts of my hair that are a little like my cowlicks, I guess it would be, where my hair just wants to naturally be wild. But once I get some length on this, it's gonna be curly again. Emily said Kmart and Target in Australia are different to the ones in the US. In what way, Emily? You self-banned yourself from Kmart? Emily said owned by different people, I think. Oh, interesting. Different products on sale. Hmm. What brioche was what on purpose? A juicy couture velour tracksuit for the win. We just started watching Interview with the Vampire when we've been sickly and like late bed rotting. Um we started watching Interview with the Vampire. I finally got through the first season. We're working through the second. And because I know the current one's going on, the Vampire Lestat or whatever's going on. Oh, I didn't accidentally. Accidentally. I don't know what the hell they were talking about, so I just timed them out. We'll do like 30 minutes. I don't know. They were going weird with it, and so I was like, all right, I don't know what's going on here, so just a timeout. I just cut my dad's hair on Sunday. He's in a nursing home, so it's been months as soon as I cut 4 inches. Oh, that's nice that you go and do that for him. Night, the current one is so good. I'm excited for it. I've been seeing sneak peeks and I was like, we need to hurry up and get through season 2 so I can watch the new season. They were making fun of Arabs in the accent. Oh, they were. I don't know. It looked like they were trying to incite something and I was like, "You know what? You can go in timeout." Oh, they're mocking Salah. Oh, well, mock him all you want. AI Salbot is just a Salah troll. It's their shtick. You've been binge watching Yellowstone every weekend for the last 6 weekends? I've heard that it's good. I just haven't gotten into it. They also had the, like, 1957 show or something like that, or 1857. You need to binge watch something. Yeah, we're trying to get through Interview with the Vampire, and then we're gonna start what they have out of, Vampire Lestat. You just finished Why Women Kill. So what's the verdict, Scar? Why do women kill? 1883. Yeah, I knew it was something like I knew it was a date. I just couldn't remember the date. Obviously, because it's that time of the month. Oh my lord. Her Boiling said you just got through Justified again. Westerns are in the air. Wish Game of Thrones would come to Amazon Prime. Scar said the verdict is lots of reason. Oh my god, yeah. Hello, Jessie B. Thank you so much. Quirky, welcome. Yeah, I'm just in here bullshitting. I don't have anything planned. I'm just catching up with y'all. Catching up. Not to be confused with 13 pounds of ketchup, just catching up. A good horror western is Bone Tomahawk. Have I seen that? It sounds familiar. I have seen that. That is a good one. Jennifer says I don't have the patience to watch anything that is still filming. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel that way about the Vampire Lestat because I think they're still well, I don't know if they're still filming, but it's still um producing episodes for this newest season. But I feel like we're so far behind in it because we're like on episode 2 of season 2. So we still have to get through quite a few episodes before we're even current. And hopefully we can match it to where we're like behind because we only watch like maybe 2 episodes a day, which feels like a lot because they feel super long, but we've been able to get through it. Another good show was Severance, but Severance takes I feel like there was a big gap. But Severance is such a good show. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for the next season. Love it. Love it. I have not watched Widow's Bay yet. I heard it's good though. I've heard all good things. It's next on my list. Yeah, I think that's what they said too, Scar. Which is it takes them so long to do it, and it's because it's so Matrix. That's my pop culture reference for the aesthetic of Severance. It's so Matrix, but like not. And I feel like they rely very heavily on special effects and the computer generated shit. You don't care much about TV at all, but Widow's Bay pulled you in. Oh. Yeah, I felt that way about Interview with the Vampire. I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna like it. Like they're gonna do the original movie dirty, blah blah blah. They're not gonna adhere to the books, yada yada blah blah." And then I fell into a couple episodes of the first season, and I was like, "Oh, okay, okay. I feel like they might have something here. I like this." And the more I've watched, it's been pretty much that. Like I'm hooked. I've got to see it through. Scar said, "Sometimes I wonder how old I will be when certain series end." Like Game of Thrones was so long. Yeah, it was long. And then they had the like sister shows come out, like House of Dragon and what was the other show? Something about knights. That was a good one. I liked that. Yes, Night of the Seven Kingdoms. How did you like it? Did you watch it, Scar? How did you like it? I thought that was great. I wanted to see more of that. Like, I wanna see more of that. Liam said that when we finished watching that first season of that, the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, he was like, "This made me, like, to where I was hooked like Game of Thrones when I first watched the first season of Game of Thrones." He's like, "I really liked what it was doing." He's like, "I hope they keep it up." I think they're trying for a lot of seasons for it. Yeah. It was good. I really liked it. Also the fucking old man's hog, the first fucking episode, I was like, "What the fuck are they doing?" Okay, but how big was it? It was frightening. It was frightening. Like a comparison, have you ever shopped for summer sausage? When it comes in those huge ass tubes, like it didn't belong in between somebody's legs. Not like there's probably why he was well renowned as a knight. Like that's probably why. They probably called him the Dragon Slayer or something. And he probably used that, to be honest, like, fucking what was that? It was diabolical, is what it was. Diabolical. Happy Taco Titties Tuesday, Miss Saber. Sort of more sort of the morning, yeah. That was crazy. And I wasn't even interested in watching the show, and that came on because Liam was watching it because he wanted to watch it because it's Game of Thrones related. And I was like, "Yeah, just throw it on and I'll pay attention if I want to." And then I saw that and I was like, "What the fuck are they doing? What are they doing?" And then I watched because I was like, "Okay, you've piqued my interest. What is he gonna do with that thing?" And then he died. So her boiling, it was like an old man D. They don't stop growing like ears. It just looked so grotesque. I was like, "Oh my god, this is the 28 years later all over again." Yeah, his D really didn't take it. It didn't save him. He took it to his grave. He really did. So the lesson is if you have a big penis, you will die in the movie. Exactly. Unfortunately. The first episode he's taking a dump piqued my interest. The 28 years later startled you for good reason. For good fucking reason. Like, as soon as I saw, I was like, "You know what? I get the memes. I get the fucking memes from the lighthouse. I get it. I get it now. I get it. Don't do that." Quirky, you didn't see it? I don't know how you didn't. I don't know how you didn't. It was a big red flag. 28 anythings, anything. Don't let blood drip into your eyeballs. For real. The lighthouse is good, but it is long to get there, but it is good. LaFay. It was fun in the beginning. The end of it was not so fun. But I'm back home now, so We still have like a month and a half of the girls' summer break left, so we're still gonna plan on doing a lot. It's just I don't know I think we're gonna take it easy for the remainder of the summer because that was just a lot in Ohio. Bone Temple old boy was infected, but was he swinging? Yeah. Mr. Ella Hubs turns things on I don't even care about the TV, but sometimes I watch and what the fuck? That's how I am, like, he'll be watching something and I'm like, "Oh, I don't care what he's watching." I'll be looking at shit on my phone or I'm just, like, sitting in there to for company and for background noise, and then next thing I know, I'm, like, fully invested in what he's watching, and then my camera freezes, and we're all's right in the world again. All's right in the world. The guy, the main antagonist of Bone Temple was based off was it disturbing as fuck. You mean the doc well, I don't know what Bone Temple was based off with. Was it the kid that witnessed his, like, dad and stuff in the church being ripped apart by zombies because he thought it was the second coming or something? Like, he thought it was religious based? The blonde guy? Yeah, I thought you knew who that was? That was the guy from Sinners. It was the lead vampire of Sinners. That's who that was. It took me a minute to put 2 and 2 together when I was watching it. I was like, "Wait a minute. Isn't that what's his face from Sinners?" And Liam's like, "Yeah, it's the same guy." He's just in a really bad blonde wig. Sinners is good. I loved the music from Sinners the most. The storyline was whatever. I feel like they could have done more, but, like, I really liked the music. Or Boiling Way. He's good. I love a new villain who will go all the way. It was very disturbing. I wonder if they're planning on doing more with the like, after Bone Temple, like, if they're planning on following any more into that, because 'cause I'm sure there could be more to that. Jimmy Savile was the inspiration for Blonde Dude in the new 28, and Homeboy freaks me out a little. Really? Well, he is frightening. He is frightening. Here, I'm gonna share my screen. Hold on a second. He is frightening, I'll give you that. There's something not right. Something not right with that boy. So this is who he's based off of? This is Jimmy Savile, and this is from where? Actually, let me open up the Wikipedia. Let me open up the wiki, see what this man's about. Jimmy is Gacy and Willy Wonka? Fuck. That's terrifying. Sir James Wilson Vincent Saville. Oh, he was a Halloween baby. He was a Halloween baby. English media personality, disc jockey. During his lifetime, he was known for his eccentric image, charitable work, and hosting the BBC shows Top of the Pops and Jim'll Fix It. Following his death, hundreds of allegations of sexual abuse made against him were investigated, leading the police to conclude he had been a predatory sex offender, possibly one of United Kingdom's most prolific. That's crazy. They knew about it for decades. Ugh. Jennifer H. Most of the crimes didn't come out until after his death. So was it like the, um the media knew about it and they just kept it undercover because he was, I guess, pulling in numbers for them for watching or listening in? Oh, the Crown protected him. Gross. I know, like, Liam and I used to watch a lot of, like, docuseries that were going in on stories from, like, smaller towns where religion was really prolific and really a main focus, a main draw of the town, and you would be surprised at how many figures in religion and religious, sections of communities are creepy, creepy creeps, creepy predatory creeps, and are able to keep it under wraps because, of religion. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah, Rancid growing up in small religious towns doesn't surprise you, yeah. Well, it's not even that, it's not even just the religious sects, like, it goes into also the police forces and government and stuff there. It's very far reaching because of religion, and it's just grotesque at the amount of shit that they get away with and how they're able to hide it. Yeah, orphans and mentally disabled youths. It's just crazy. I'll have to look up what that docuseries was 'cause I don't think we ever finished it. We got, like, so turned off by a story that they were talking on, and I don't even remember what town it was that they were talking on. I think it was somewhere in New Jersey, though, where they were following, certain churches and certain communities, and it was just the story was about a little girl, and I couldn't follow along anymore. I was like, "I need a break." And I don't think we ever went back to it. Rancid said, "Everybody knows, everyone knows everybody, and Uncle Jim would never do that. He's such a nice." Yeah, that's just crazy. It just goes to show you, like, what people in high power statuses or even with just a lot of money, what they can get away with. There's a similar doc about a boys' school for the deaf, heartbreaking. It's so fucking sad. LaFay said he had a kids show in the '70s and '80s. Ugh, gross. And I think there was talk about, I don't know which state, because again, like, I'll stuff will go in and, like, it doesn't, like, settle here, but I'll remember it. It just the fine details, it won't settle. Um, I think I've got fat brain or something. But I know there was a state here, like, fairly recently that had just pulled back on its, like, the age of consent, like, to be younger, and I'm just like, "Y'all are nasty. Y'all are nasty for that. We're gonna make it younger? Y'all are nasty." Yeah, Rancid. What exactly? Emily said, "Look at which politicians are voting against raising the age of consent too." That is fucking bananas to me. I don't think, like, this, and, say I'm wrong all you want. To me, in my opinion, based off of my my understanding of relationships and marriage and shit, I don't think you should be able to legally get married until you're 21 years of age. I think by 21, you may not know everything, but you have enough of a fucking brain to manage the beginnings of a marriage. Anything under that, I don't think you're ready. I think you need to sow your wild oats. I think you need to enjoy life uninhibited by anything, unattached to anything, and live it before you go getting into that. Because Mistrella, what are you willing to let a child choose? If it gets a vote, they will allow anything. Francis said laws and morals. If I see someone stealing food to feed their family, no, I didn't. If I see someone tells me a child can consent at 16, no, they can't. It's nuts. And what's crazy is like people are like, "Oh, I wish life was like it was back in the day." And it's like, "What? What was so much better about life back in the day than versus today?" I feel relatively it's the same. I feel relatively it's the same. People are still living with the same shit. It's just maybe in a different area. Mr. L, I was on my own at 17 and things like renting a car, being 25 almost straight miles in the country. So one stake makes a difference. It's for my life. A child should not. Miss Saber, I waited until 21, but mainly because I wanted a drink at my wedding. Fair enough. Fair enough. My first marriage wasn't until I was 25. And then that didn't end well. And then my current marriage, I was well over 30. So, Mr. L, we don't like kids fly fighter jets for a reason. Yeah. I mean, hell, they can't even enlist in the military until they're 18. Scar said I was 22, divorced by 23. Well, not all of them are good ones. Not all of them are good ones. Celestial, I'm 41 and I still don't think I'm mature enough to get married. Jenny, I got married at 18, still with him, but it was hard and I got lucky as fuck. That is lucky. That is lucky. Scar, it was a practice round. That's what I like to hear. Mr. I started dating my husband when he was 20. I was 22, married 3 years later and still married. Hell yeah. At Crab Life, I was married at 18, but my husband and I met in the first grade as classmates. Aw. Yeah, I'm never gonna recommend to my girls to go off and get hitched early. I'm like, "You know what? Take your time. Have fun. Do all the things." Because it is a commitment. And if you can't even commit to, like, I don't know, going to work on time, or can't commit to, like, picking up after yourself, or can't commit to, hell, taking care of your animals regularly to where your mother or father has to do it for you, then maybe maybe wait. Maybe wait. Ozzy had my first kid at 30, and when he was born, I said, "Wait, God trusted me to take care of another human?" God, I remember getting pregnant with my oldest, and I was just so fucking scared. I was so scared. And I remember like finding out. I like took, I don't know, probably 10 pregnancy tests. Mind you, I was 25, but I'm just like, still, I was fucking terrified because of my own upbringing. I loved kids. I loved kids. And I wanted a family. But like once it settles in what is expected of you and what's gonna happen to you, it's fucking terrifying. Jenny, you took your pregnancy test in a McDonald's bathroom. I took mine on the factory room floor. Well, not factory room floor. Um, like on the factory room floor's bathroom off of one of our clean rooms. I took it in there with one of my friends before we were heading back to go on the line. And I just remember crying. And then I went home. Because I had to do a 12-hour shift. I went home and I was tired and I was freaking out. And then I had to wait for he was then my fiance to get home and telling him the news. That was not fun. That was not fun. Like, it was not fun. Saber, you were 23 and shocked that they allowed you to take your baby out of the hospital. Yeah, I was not prepared. And then I had so many people throwing me fucking baby showers and uh it was a mess. But then when they get here, all of that goes away and you're like, "Oh, I got this. I raised my I raised my siblings. I got this. I know what I'm doing." Miss Trell, and you studied child psychology. Oh my lord. Jojo B, I was 22 and ready. Now I'm 35 and scuffed. It's tough. Parenting is a tough gig and it is forever. Like until the day you die, it is forever. I don't care what people say. Oh, it's just until they're 18. No, it is forever. It is forever. They are your child forever. You are going to worry about them. Your siblings were practice, oldest of 8. I'm the oldest of 6. At Crab Life, I got my fallopian tubes removed, so it's fun to hear all the strong mamas in chat. Mr. Crab Life and I are becoming foster parents when we get our house finished. Congratulations. That's so awesome. Not only for you guys, but also for those fucking kids getting a chance. So awesome. Celestial for my brother. He called on Friday to invite us to his wedding on Saturday. And when we got there, the bride was 8 months pregnant. Oh my lord. Yeah, I gotta love that. Gotta love that. GG, I'm 43. My mom still calls me to make sure we got home safely. I always I was like, I don't care. I don't care if you think I'm the embarrassing mom calling and checking on you all the time, make sure you're okay, or just coming in your guys' room randomly just to like lay down with you or hug you. I'm sorry. It's just I didn't get that as a child, so I'm gonna make sure you get it. And it may be embarrassing, it may be annoying, but it's gonna happen. Adrian, I was 19 and thought I was ready. It kinda was my second, was not ready because I had no idea how to raise a boy. Got peed on a lot. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think my girls ever peed on me, but I vividly remember my mom changing my oldest. And my oldest had issues with, like, being constipated a lot as a child, and I remember her having, like, explosive blowout, and my mom went to go change her, and she got wet farted on, and I just remember my mom screaming. Ugh. Chava, one of my friends that's a great grandma asked me to text when I got home the other night. Some people are so sweet. Bella, I still make my adult kids message me when they travel. My we don't allow my youngest yet, but when my oldest goes and stays, with her friends, it's always like, "Have your phone on you, just text me anytime, I don't care." Jenny, how many of us have had to fish a turd out of a tub or catch a kid's puke in the grocery store? Ugh. Or a random tantrum just because they're tired and they throw themselves down. Just randomly throw themselves down and it's because they're tired and they don't know how to they don't know how to actualize their feelings. Effie, my sister and brother-in-law will be celebrating their 53rd wedding anniversary next month. They've been married since they were 18. That's crazy. 53 years. That crab life, my parents were like Shani and Rev, but worse. I mean, my mother I didn't know much of until later in life because there was a huge span where we weren't in her life. She still, like, watched us from afar and got as much information on us as she possibly could from my grandparents, but there was a time, like, she couldn't see us, and my dad was horrible. Gigi being a mama, you literally never stop worrying about your babies no matter how old they are. Nope. Always gonna be wondering. Parents are important on a primal level. Mine are gone 30 years and I still dream about them. Oh, Effie, I never married or had kids. There's nothing wrong with that. I could if I never would have had kids and I never would have, like, found anything with either of, my husbands, I'm sure I'd be right there with just being content with having a dog or having a cat. Aw, Celestial. All your college students are your kids. Andre, I was 19, didn't want kids, living with my boyfriend back then, had to go to doctor for tests. I was unconscious. Aw. Yeah, my heart goes out to you. My older sister, um, her firstborn was rough. I'm just I obviously I've never lost a child, or I'd be telling that part. Um, so I don't know that pain. I only know the pain of what my mom went through when she lost my younger brother, uh, right before he was to turn 21. So I know of how rough that was, and the fact that I had practically helped raise him while she wasn't around. That's all I have, at feeling maternal over him like that, and probably why it affected me probably worse than it did anybody else. Yeah, I couldn't imagine what my mom went through. I don't know how she did it. I really don't. Wasted potential. Welcome in. Yeah, Bella. Uh, I remember. I mean, I had just had my oldest daughter 2 months before I got the call that he had passed, and, like, I felt like everything had been sucked out of my life. I went back to Ohio and helped with his funeral, and then I just that was a rough first year. Like, I was having nightmares about my brother for the first year, which I felt was really horrible on, like, I don't think my oldest would even remember anything about her first year, but, like, I feel like I missed out on so much of her first year because I was just heartbroken. Quirky, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Mistrella, I agree. Your brain tries to process, and, like, I wasn't there, so I didn't know what happened. Um, but I remember, like, them trying to tell me everything that happened, and I was inconsolable. The crab life. I know it's off topic, but it's raining golf ball sized hail here. Are you guys getting a tornado? I wish it would rain here. Mistrella, when we share, we realize we aren't alone. That's very true. There's a tornado warning. Well, hopefully you're staying safe. And also that hail can be very destructive. So hopefully your valuables are covered or at least well insured. Oh no. You're scared to see your car windshield later? Oh, that's tough. I remember having to bring in all of our farm animals into our house and Well, everyone that was outside of the barn having to bring them into the house because it was hailing when we were when we were getting a tornado. It was when I was, like, in high school. It was just the hail hurt. You guys had a tornado yesterday hiding in the bathroom with the chihuahuas? Oh my god. I'm glad you guys are okay. Hopefully, you guys stay safe. I mean, it's been pouring rain there the last 2 days. Ugh, I wish we would get it's been so sweltering hot. Some Dolly Parton-esque lore. If you only knew. If you on when I say that, like, my people are, like, the trailer trash people or country folk, I'm meaning it to the fullest extent with the drama and trauma tied along with it. I'm speaking on all of that. Yeah, be safe with those tornadoes. Weird shit. You wanna try a snickerdoodle? Snickerdoodle? Snickerdoodles are so good. I finally got around to making the dot cake for my kids, and, they tore it the fuck up. And I'm like, "I'm just fine with my my little, my no sugar added applesauce." Is that the last thing I wanted to have was cake when I was sick. Run amok. Am I the only freak that hates sprinkles? I don't like those kind of sprinkles. I also am not, like, super big on that kind of cake. The no sugar Granny Smith applesauce is amazing. I just grabbed a random, the cinnamon added to it, just not, no sugar added. And then I put, the sugar-free whipped cream on it. Kinda like having an apple pie, but, like, no crust, kind of. It was enough for me. It was enough for my sweet moment and then, like, not having cake because I just couldn't do it. I gotta do cinnamon with my apples. Not necessarily cinnamon sugar, but I have to have cinnamon with my run amok. I have to take one of my pills with applesauce like an old lady. I used to not be able to swallow, like, pills very well, and now I take handfuls of them. Good old age. I guess it loosens your throat floor or something, I don't know. My gag reflex isn't like it once was. Something, I don't know. Buffet, I'm weird, I don't really like cake. Maybe lemon or carrot. I think pie is superior. Pie is good. Pie is good. Cinnamon sugar on a banana sandwich. Every time I do banana, I'm always doing peanut butter and banana. Emily, the UK doesn't do applesauce except something that is closer to apple jam for serving with meat, but the mushy apple stuff you have in the US just doesn't exist. If we want it, we have to make it. Well, luckily enough, it's really easy to make. Cakes and pies, cakes and pies. Pie over cake any day. What about, what do they call it? A cake? What do they call a pie and a cake mix? I know they did a whole fucking thing on it. A cake. The bastard child of a cake and a pie. The only cake that I will not hear slander on is a tres leche. I love a good tres leche cake. Give me tres leche any day. Not good for not good for my diabetes, but is it delicious? It sure is. It sure is. Sometimes you just gotta take one for the team. You just made one? Oh, love tres. Black forest cake for the what's a black forest cake got in it? I'm assuming it's chocolate, right? What else it got in it? Chocolate and cherries? Oh, that sounds like right up my youngest Sally. She loves cherries. It's in your last short. We're gonna go take a look, Ozzy. Ooh, girl, that looks good. Is it pears on the inside? What's in this? What's on the inside? Pears, grapefruit? What is that? Pineapple? Blueberries, strawberries, and peaches? Or mango? Peach? Looks delicious. And those raspberries look good. We can never find good raspberries around here. Never. It's a fucking travesty. There's a ginormous blackberries though, but never any raspberries. I thought those were strawberries. My mama used to whip up chocolate cake batter and dump cherry pie filling in it for us. Damn. A 3-tier cake for your why are you making your own cake for your 30th birthday? Make somebody make it for you. Currently 95 in Sacramento Valley. What is it here? Last I checked, it was 92. Oh, we're down to 88 now. We're down to 88. Oh, you're a former baker and you want a certain style. Well, sometimes you got to do it yourself, I guess. If you want it done the right way, sometimes you got to do it yourself. I get it. No, Sky, we're talking about cakes and pies. Cakes and pies. Cakes and pies. Yeah, and no one's sad. We're just talking about life experiences. Sometimes they can be sad, I guess. I like a chantilly cake. Ooh, yeah, chantilly. Mm, 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 mm. Ooh, Effie. Raspberry jam thinned out on brownies. Mr. Ellis says, if you have a grocery store near you called Fresh Market, they make an amazing chantilly cake. I know Publix makes one. I think we've gotten theirs before for like I forget what it was, probably for 4th of July, honestly. The cookie mascarpone frosting cake from Costco, I have not. A Roz compote. Her compotes are fucking diabolical. I don't understand how does she fuck it up? I don't know. She manages very well at fucking things up. You give her the simplest fucking recipe and she's like, "Oh, what can I add to it to make it Roz?" MSG, soy sauce. If she adds soy sauce to a fucking compote, I'm out. Like I've already tuned out. Thick, I feel so bad for you. Oh my lord. Yes, and ranch powder. That's the thickener. She had so much ranch powder. That's what thickened. Yeah, you would think for somebody that wants to do cooking content that she would take more time in learning how to make some of these sauces herself without just buying store bought shit. But then she's like, but it's not being it's not being frugal. I only have so much money. I really could go for a T-bone steak. If you cut some of the other shit out of your fucking grocery bill, you could afford one. Apple butter is amazing. Or pumpkin butter. Oh. Knuckles. I purchased grapes today and washed them twice. Thanks, Roz. Don't you go making them into no grape jelly. You better just eat them. That is crazy. Your brother's the cook, you're the baker. German chocolate cake. I used to like German chocolate. I just find a lot of chocolate cake very dry. So I've never been a huge fan. Kimmy said T-bones were on sale for Father's Day and may or may not have went over the weekly budgets. Oh no. What are we going to do with all of these steaks? What are we going to do? Celestial, I'm worried about Roz. She hasn't made any bacon and green beans in forever. I know. Somebody's gonna have to donate it to her, the money to do it or the groceries. Would you think if somebody sent her um grocery delivery that she would be more apt to accept it? Maybe that's where these people that are sending her pizzas are going wrong. They got to send her ingredients for food. Roz would have remembered it was Father's Day if she knew steak would be on sale. Yeah, she probably would have. I think she's pretending she can't afford anything but ramen. I'm too sick to cook anything. I just can't can't do it. I hate it when she says jammy eggs. What is she putting jammy eggs in? It's not I've never seen her eat like a jammy egg. How typically people would eat a jammy egg. Do you think she's just looking at a boiled egg and calling it jammy? It's totally jammy. Jennifer said she's been monetized for months and she's not paying a ton of bills, so she could have plenty of money for food theoretically. Well, you're trying to commit that she isn't door dashing at anything at all. And I think maybe there's some door dashing involved. Some Ubering of eats, some burgering of kings happening. That's that's what I'm that's what I'm saying. I pay my bills. My bills are paid. I only pay my phone bill and the light bill. She made ramen with nasty cabbage and ground turkey in it, and then she put jam egg and then put peanut sauce that she made. For one, why are we making ramen so much more unhealthier than it already is by adding peanut sauce? Oh, she only pays her phone and the internet? Fuck, I wish I got off that easy. That's it. I'm taking it up with Liam. I'm only paying the phone bill and the internet bill from now on. She doesn't stir. Oh my lord. You can't afford to pay the utility bill in the house. There's no way. Well, I mean, they keep it at a toasty, what, like 74? I know it's went up from 78. So now they're keeping it at a 74, which is still pretty fucking warm for Florida. But like my thing is like you're only keeping it at 74 in the house, but she's constantly got to have a fan going on her 24/7. You would think if you just turned the air down a couple more degrees, it would offset not having to run the fan 24/7, right? Am I wrong in that? I don't know. Miss Jarella, their house is pretty small, but their HVAC unit is at the end of life, and I'm sure they've got old windows in that house. It's probably not insulated well, so utility bill, yeah, that could be it as well. I'm surprised the fan hasn't caught fire. That's what she needs to do for content. Hey, let's take my fan apart and clean it out properly so I don't create a house fire and my fan keeps working. That crab life said she said they're all important members of the household. While she is correct, she is the least important. Also, I don't know why she phrased it like that because saying that we're all important members of the household and I'm included in that. It's like, well, I mean, they fared well without you living there. How long did you not live there? And they did all right without you. So obviously you're not important enough to the situation and more so over everyone else has maintained their employment throughout that time that you weren't living there. You're the only one that's had dips of employment where you've been employed and just not contributing. So ergo vis-a-vis and so scraping mold off the walls vlog. That would be amazing. Knuckles said, "Not gonna lie, my fan in my bedroom has been on since 2018." That's crazy. You haven't even stopped it to clean it? We clean ours every I wanna say month. I do it every time I clean out our, like, HVAC closet because it gets dusty in there. I wonder if they even get the HVAC serviced. I think the last time they had anybody out there was when it was leaking, and I think it's just a family friend. I don't think it's, like, an actual HVAC service. Knuckles said, "I remember when Becky got those industrial fans." Becky? Beck got the industrial fans for Amber? Those, like, industrial, like, Lowe's fans for, construction sites? Those are fucking crazy. Yes, I clean it, I'm not a heathen. Those fans are crazy. I don't know if I could handle that much wind on me at night. They took those fans to Louisville? That's crazy. I wonder how cold Amber keeps it in her apartment. It just she always says that she's, like, a cold girl, and I'm, like, wondering, well, how cold do you keep your apartment? Those fans will knock you over. Well, luckily, Amber's like a paperweight. Imagine the noise they make. It's gotta be like being around, like, a fucking helicopter. Clown sourcing, went to the gym for an hour and felt like I got my butt kicked, cheering me up to see you live. By the way, Roz has been talking shit about me? What? Well, you know what I like to say? She hates us 'cause she ain't us. Shava says she keeps it freezing and puts on a sweater so she can say she's a cold girl. I'm just a cold girl. I'm just a dainty thing. I'm just cold all the time. Yeah. And you know what kills me every time she mentions me? Or I'm sorry, vaguely mentions me, like gives all the descriptors of me down to like what piercings I have, but won't mention my channel name. And you know the only reason she won't do that, right? It's because she thinks that by mentioning my channel name, it's going to shift a lot of people to come and watch me, but she's okay with shouting out Pulpy and Zachary Mike because they have more people watching them, so she thinks she's gonna pull in that crowd. Sorry. Sorry, girl. I don't think that's how it works. She wishes she had a septum. I mean, everything that Roz's partner has stated about what they find attractive, and somebody just coincided with what I already fucking look like. So, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means for her. Your boyfriend wants you to look like moi, and I don't think it can happen. LaFay, yeah, I think it ends up bringing people, like, to seek me out. Even has a cat named Ash, yep, that doesn't like Rosie. He wants her to buzz her head. I've already got my head buzz. He wants her to get facial jewelry. I already have it. The only thing I can't get down with is the fucking fingerless gloves. I'm sorry, that's just not my bag. I don't I it's not me. Every once in a while, I'll go and get my nails done up nice, and look very cunty, but like I'm just Bobby Hillin' it out here. Making my way downtown. Roz is gonna rarity those cats. She's gonna let them out the house. I want to be Bobby. Oh fuck, Adrian! It was a whole thing on Jordy's live one night. What was me getting shit talked? I don't think Jordy and them know who the hell I am. I mean, I know Zachary Mike has like used some of my footage when talking about Rosie, and that's probably the only real, you know, reference that they have. Anna says I'm still laughing at them using the Sally Hansen dry like gel polish and the actual gel. The ankle loves me. Aw. I love their dog. Their dog is so cute. I used to watch their and I need to catch up on it if they've done any more with their horror movie reviews and stuff. I really liked those. Effie, you still think Remy is older than he claims? He looks closer to 40. I think genetics. Some of us look older than what we should be. I think genetics play a very heavy role on what we look like. You think he's in his 30s, LaFay? Adrian, we explained who you were, and he said he was going to look into you because he just started getting into Roz. Yeah, I have linked down in the description now, like where the playlist is. And for like more information on everything else that I talk about. Ozzy said most people react by saying people are allowed to stop liking you, Roz. Yeah. I think she conflicts a lot of my origin story with other people's entanglements with her, cuz a lot of what she says didn't fucking happen like that. Like claiming that I was fucking stalking her on on TikTok. I found her on TikTok and told her how much I liked her content and yada yada. And it's like, okay, calm down, girl. I may have said that I liked where you were heading in your content because you were actually trying versus what Amberlynn and Chantal were doing at the moment. But it was still early in your content. It was still very early in your content. So that changed and my opinion changed. Boots on the ground for her lore. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yummy. Rosie loves Ash more than me, and maybe I need to go get a nose ring. It froze. It froze and it malfunctioned. I need to get a different webcam. This one's just not doing it, or at least just use my phone eventually. I don't know. It's having a tude. Celestial said, yeah, I think since new people are covering her, she wants to get ahead of them finding your channel. She just paints me as this fucking, I don't know, this fucking demon. And I think it's because the fact that I said that she was a crybaby, that she cried a lot on her channel, and that I thought her name sounded like a country bumpkin. Very harmless considering. Very harmless shit. But oh no, you got me saying something, you know, not super supportive of you. But I didn't owe you support like that. I did things for you. If anything, you owed me support. I was the one, like, I feel like out of the whatever situationship that was going on, she benefited more than I did off of it. She got thumbnails, she got an intro and an outro, she got dresses, and then she got to run my fucking, well, my likeness through the mud and threaten me multiple times. I think she's gotten more out of this than I have. I know, right? I did nice things. What a bitch. One of her friends that I should have asked permission before reacting to her, who fucking does that? Listen, when everything went down, I fucking waited. I waited and waited to do anything in regards to her because I did essentially, like, in the beginning of venturing into covering her, I covered her in a positive light. I was still kind of critical, like some of the things that I said were still critical of her, just in a nicer light. And then when everything happened and she blew up, like, in paragraphs sent to me on how nasty I was and how mean and buddy trolling I was and yada yada blah blah, like all of this shit, and getting fed up with my two word answers in response just because I didn't, like, I don't want to, like, I don't want to have a fucking argument. If you want to argue with somebody, argue with yourself. I'm not affected by this. And then it wasn't until she started doing vertical live streams more and I was starting to watch more of her content through a more critical lens, and I was like, you know what? This is yucky what she's doing. She's profiting off of children. Her audience is fucking children running across her, and she didn't like that. And the fact that I was equating her content to the same content that she was bashing on Rain for producing. So Babby, I think Roz is projecting how obsessed she was with Ash on her. Then Ash said her name was the country bumpkin, and Roz responded and was like, no, 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 no. I thought we were having a good time. Why are you doing this? I thought we were having a good time. That actress was brilliant. Celestial says, I think if she had had access to a child like Foodie did with Sasa, she would exploit them. I don't think she would do it to a relative, but do I think she would do it not thinking any deeper into it with somebody else? Yes. Especially with, like, some of her earlier vlogs. She would just be showing fucking children in them like crazy. Tally, well, you are kind of mean. I am mean, but I never claimed to be nice. I am respectful when I get that respect. But if you're not going to be respectful to me, I'm not going to be respectful towards you. Roz lives in her own self-absorbed world. Yeah. It's true. Tally, I just wanted your attention to say hi. Tally, thank you for the super chat, but you didn't have to do that, girl. Didn't have to do that one bit. Bella said the ego it must take to think someone befriended you and spent time with you just to make content on YouTube about you. She really thinks she's a big deal. That's what I'm saying. Like, she thought that this was plotted, and it's like, girl, you were not that important. Like, not even. I know she likes to think she is, and we got that glimpse when she was in the fucking hospital having a health crisis. They still didn't know what was fucking wrong with her, and she decided to start live streaming from the hospital. Like, what the fuck? Let's make my trauma and tragedy content. Like, what if they would have told her something life fucking altering, life crushing from that hospital, say? What if we're just gonna make it content? The fucking internet's gonna find out before your family, friends, and loved ones? That's fucking gross. Nikki, she couldn't fathom Ashley decided she didn't really like some of the things Roz was doing. It was a long-term plot from the beginning. Yeah, Dolphin, the idea of her ER snack still that was crazy. Preemptively packing carbs before heading into the emergency room and then crying to the internet that she didn't get enough Cheez-Its. Because that's what she was wanting was Cheez-Its. I'm not getting enough carbs. Well, no fucking duh, girl. They're not going to give you fucking carbs as a diabetic in the hospital when they're unsure of where your infection is coming from. You're going to have a you're going to have a very conservative diet in the hospital. And that's because they're working on keeping you alive. They're giving you enough to nourish your body. And hell, you maybe would have lost some weight. Really, Nikki, that she was pre-diabetic at 18? And she's just going to town on fucking peanut sauce and ramen? That's crazy. Crazy. That's so fucking I'm just a neurodivergent vlogger. Lifestyle streamer. What fucking lifestyle is this, girl? One wants to know. What do you constitute as a lifestyle vlogger? Wouldn't that entail that you actually have to go outside of your four walls, outside of your kitchen? I stream most days of the week. No, you don't. We do cooking lives. Not much anymore. Body doubling lives. Okay, you do have double the body. And get ready with me's. Again, not much of those happening much anymore. I just like to vibe and cuss like a sailor. Girl, it sounds painful to hear you say fuck. You sound like, what is the fucking girl from the Disney Channel that was an adult and they asked what her favorite fucking cuss word was. And she's like, I like to say fuck. Miranda Cosgrove. That's what her fucking name is. What's your favorite curse word? I like to say fuck. Really? Because it sounds very unnatural coming from your fucking lips. Cursing is an art form. You're either born with it or you're not. I do cuss a little. With her fucking tongue touching the fucking top of her lip. Disgusting. Why does she do that? Nobody does that. It's supposed to be the underside of your teeth, not the top of your lip. Who talks like that? Nikki, how did I spend my vacation? I mean, the first part of it was fine. It wasn't until we traveled to Ohio and got picked up a stomach bug that it went to shit. But other than that, it was great. We've had a great summer so far. And we'll probably continue to have a great summer. It's just we needed a little bit of a reprieve. I got to feel skinny for a moment with the amount of regurgitation that happened from the stomach bug. I got to feel what Rosie feels like when she's down 100 pounds. I feel skinny. Rosie after a bowel movement. I'm skinny. I have a fortunate face. I've never been a butterface. Also, I don't know why I came back across that fucking butterface statement she made. I've never been a butterface. And it's like, girl, why do we even have to make our looks about food? Why does it even have to come back to food? Why did it have to come back to an ingredient? Butter. I've never been a tater face. Everything's food related. It all comes back to food. She claims that she lost 15 pounds. Your wife says she's seen weight loss. What? I don't see it. I don't see it, bruh. You got to remember, Scar's eyes only work half the time. And I think Scar sees the boobula and her brain fritzes. Her stomach sticks out more than her boobs do. She has butter hair. Is Scar still here? She may be just listening in. Scar told me she was showing titty today and lied to you. That Scar was going to be showing titty or that Roz shared titty? Because I saw the cleavage during the stream earlier today with Scar stopping on Roz's dippity doo. She said she was going to show titty. That liar. Anna says tater face is actually a little cute. Funny enough, Anna, that I think Sala calls Chantal potato face. They just all want to be food. Just all want to be food. Potatoes, butter. That's a baked potato. Like, essentially, that is a baked potato. He calls her cheesecake too. Ugh, that's really off-putting. Why is that her nickname? The cheesecake because of her yeast infections. Her ricotta infections. Oh, a ricotta cheesecake. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. The girls ruined dairy for everyone. The taco has a little too much cheese on it. Oh fuck. God damn. God damn. Yeah, the girls do ruin food for everyone. Which plus everyone's gonna be skinny. Bella, didn't she say she smelled like some kind of cheese and some kind of seafood together? Yeah, she said that she smells like ricotta and barracuda. Which, fuck, man. If your pussy smells like ricotta and barracuda, disgusting. Disgusting. BJ Rosie's cheesecake or Foodie's cheesecake. Honestly, it can be interchangeable. It can really be interchangeable. Exactly. If you're walking around smelling like a fish in a dairy, girl, you need to go and get that checked out. That is beyond just a yeast infection. That sounds like bacterial vaginosis. And that can't be fun for anybody, both from other people's point of scent and both your comfort. That's crazy. Oh, Rosie's like sharp cheddar and fish sticks. Oh. Oh. Ew. Celestial, she's been going to the doctor. Maybe they'll fix it. Who? Chantal? It's crazy how well, it's not crazy, I guess. Chantal, where there's a will, there's a way. And also Canada has like free healthcare, right? Wet pennies. Oh. If there's a meal, there's a way. Yeah. Ew. Ew. Let's see. Let's see. What can I do with my time here? Go to my playlist. Go to Big Raw's playlist. Stop. Let's what shall we relive? Let's go back to our hospital stay. I think that'll be throwback reaction, Rosie's 500-pound life and chronic illness claim. Let's do that. Let's do that one. Let's see what I said in this.
Aren't you exhausted? Discussing the messy people of the internet.
Welcome back, my beautifully judgmental gremlins. Another episode of Aren't You Exhausted? The show where we break down content so tragic, even your therapist is gonna need a therapist. I'm your host, Ashley, the biggest backed bitch on the block, and the voice of reason dipped in sarcasm and coated in just a smidge of glitter. Big smothering shoutouts to my elite crew, Kalari C, Tiffany Joy, Big Titty Pretty Bitch, and our stealthy icon, the Secret Squirrel. Without y'all, I wouldn't have had the willpower to endure this slow-motion dietary car crash of a vlog. Alright, baby dolls, let's dive into this year-old disaster from QuirkyLoveRosee titled The Reality of Chronic Illness Vlog. Spoiler alert, the illness might just be chronic DoorDash. We open in bed, naturally, because nothing screams chronic illness reality like greasy hair stuck to the forehead and enough eye crust to stand a coffee table.
Some pretty, serious symptoms regarding some stuff I was talked about in my last vlog. And then it really escalated last night. About 5 o'clock in the morning, our power went out. And it didn't come back until about 8 a.m. And during that time without power, I was dealing with some extremely unpleasant scenarios. So I have IOP today, and I did order a Walmart delivery because for noon, because I need my doll. I'm dying, honestly. Okay, not literally dying, but you get, that's what it feels like right now. I did want to try this because I need to eat something, and even though I don't really want to eat anything right now, but I love strawberry and pineapple. I tried, I think it was like a mixed berry one or something, and I'm not sure if I'm really sold on brown rice protein, which is what this is. I mentioned in my last video how I can't have things with whey protein. I've never really found a product that I can eat without immediately spitting it out. I like to get pouch foods like this. They help me in terms of finding foods that are like consistent. I get the apple ghost squeeze pouches, like basically the applesauce pouches. I really like those a lot. I'm trying to find like the smoothie pouches of those. I'm struggling to talk, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm really on a struggle bus. If you saw my last vlog, you saw the day I had, and then I did like a long stream with a reaction channel, and then I was just up and couldn't sleep because of all this that I'm dealing with in my life right now. So
Rosie tells us the power went out at 5 a.m. and suddenly it's a horror film where the only villain is basic hygiene and fiber. She says she only slept a few hours and then started experiencing symptoms. Sweetie, the only creeping thing I saw in this frame was the rising smell of hot blanket and old milk. Now, she doesn't go into detail about these symptoms, but listen, between the vague, unpleasant scenarios and the food choices we're about to see, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say we're dealing with intestinal warfare. That poor plumbing needs a eulogy. And before long, wouldn't you know it, the grocery delivery arrives. Allegedly, she needed this because she needed the Midol. Girl, Midol. You summoned an entire delivery truck like it's an exorcist, and you're out here pretending it's about period pain. Let's get serious. And then here comes the haul. And I use that word like she hauled anything besides excuses.
hi guys, I got a Walmart delivery haul for y'all. I honestly ordered this for one reason. I needed Midol. I got other stuff on top of it too, because I forgot ham at Aldi's, so I got some deli ham, just like the honey ham from Walmart. And this is one of my favorite things, and I was thinking about things that would make me feel better and happier. This is one of them. So I got a big ass jug of it because I feel like shit. And I really like fruit. I really enjoy fruit, and this is glorified apple juice. Let's keep it 100. But I love it. So there you go. And then here we go. This is the solution to my problems. Yep, they're both in here. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. I don't need to show that on here in full, but this is also a part of that scenario. I'm gonna wait till I eat real food first, but I paid way too much for this. I'm actually mortified at the price, but I remember when these bags were like $3. They're like this. I paid almost $8 for this. But I wanted chocolate, and I wanted good chocolate, so I'll probably just have a couple pieces and hold off from there. Because I don't want to make myself feel sick. I've really been struggling to with how I've been feeling, and super nauseous and stuff. There's probably a lot of bag noise. I'm sorry. I'll be better about this when I don't feel like absolute garbage. And then I didn't get like a full 16 count box, but I really love corn dogs and like chicken nuggets. That's definitely a safe food for me. And so I'm not gonna have that, because actually the other thing I ordered was for right now I'm gonna have the Great Value Rising Crust. Was it 3 meat that I got? Yeah, 3 meat pizza. I really like their frozen pizzas. 1, because they're $4, and 2, they taste good, and I like to sprinkle a little bit of extra mozzarella on top, Or if I have it, especially like the super thinly sliced provolone, I'll just put some slices on top of that just for a little extra cheese. I love cheese. And Walmart actually had, shockingly, a really good price on my favorite soda, which is this. I'm sensitive to caffeine. I used to be a
Bella, there's no safe food. Nothing is safe. Nothing is safe. And listen, I'm not gonna shit on her. When I'm on my period, I want what I want. And then I move the fuck on. So I'm not gonna shit on her for wanting frozen pizza or whatever, or corn dogs when she's on her monthly to do. But maybe not make it a full fucking month thing. When they say monthly, girl, it's a week. It should only be a week. Like it should be a week long thing. It shouldn't continue on for the entirety of the month, because then it's just every day.
cliche 2-liter a day Diet Coke bitch. Nowadays, I just, have soda sometimes, and I've really upped my water intake over the years. I did quit soda at one point entirely for like 2 years, and then I moved back in with my mom. I had like completely quit soda, maybe even longer than 2 years. No, I think it was about 2 years.
So she's gonna throw her mom under the bus that don't even fucking live there full time. She's gonna throw her mama under the bus for her for her few weeks a year stint in that home, pulling her back into the soda fiend. What? No, bitch, just say, hey, I like soda. My mom reintroduced me to it, and it took back a hold of me. It put its icy grips back into me. But my mama didn't force it on me. I just saw that she had it, and it fucking ignited something within my soul where I needed my diet caffeine-free Coke. I'm right there with you, girl. Diet Dr. Pepe has a hold on me, but I try to limit it to like at least one a day. The rest is water. Ham lunch meat, sugar bomb juice, an $8 bag of chocolate, and a 2-liter of caffeine-free diet. Who are you fucking kidding? She claims that she's cut down from drinking 2 liters a day, which is honestly not the flex she thinks it is. Ma'am, that's not really progress. That's carbonated denial. She claims that these foods make her happy. And hey, if happiness is processed meat and diabetes in a jar, then sure. But then she lies straight into the camera and says, I love fruit. Where? Where is the fruit, Rosie? An $8 bag of chocolate and not a banana in sight? The mango she claims she snacked on off camera doesn't count, especially not when you've been sitting there slurping up applesauce like it's a preschool lunch break.
Basically the person that had claimed a bunch of stuff isn't able to use it anymore, and so now it's mine, and I'm being gifted like a really, really nice large couch with like I think it's like a whole dining room set's in there. There was a ton of stuff for like a whole apartment or whatever, and I'm gonna take what I can, and basically she needs it out as soon as possible because they're about to start renovating. I'm so excited. I'm so thankful because this is saving me thousands. I already have like full pots and pan sets. She gave me this gorgeous like china plate set that I when I went over to have dinner with her not too long before all this, I like complimented this china set because it's so pretty. It's from the 90s, she said, and it's like got this like rose pattern with a gold trim, and I'm not even one that normally loves gold, but it's so pretty that like the gold is still nice, like really nice to me. And like,
why is her voice coming off like Moira from Schitt's Creek? Just how her voice is like, I don't know, it's like raspy almost. And how she's doing her inflections while she's talking. It's sounding like Moira. Stop. I love Schitt's Creek. You're going to ruin it for me.
There's some cute decor was provided, and yeah, so they may even have more stuff to give me than I saw when I went there, because they still had more stuff.
And now we've teleported, not moved, mind you, because she hasn't moved much, to another corner of what I assume is a shared family hoard cave. Rosie's telling us about furniture and decor that she's been gifted. Gifted? This woman is living with her mother and adult brother in a house that looks like it's a cluttered Sims save file. Who is gifting this woman furniture? Did she win a sweepstakes for the most stationary adult of the year? Is her mom funding a storage unit for this excess decor? Rosie, blink twice if your family is being held hostage by Amazon Prime. To me, this kind of hints that she might have been preparing to move out, but this was a year ago. I've seen more movement in a stuck Roomba. And now the culinary climax that I'm sure you all have been waiting for, Rosie's big meal, because she's been awake for hours and it's now 6 p.m. and all she's had is one mango. Totally forgetting about the applesauces that she ate earlier. And tonight's gourmet disaster, you ask? Shredded pork sludge, half-heartedly sopped onto cauliflower rice, with a dash of freezer burnt peppers. No one is really asked for. It's giving prisoner on kitchen duty. It's giving just got out of surgery but still want to eat like a raccoon. For someone so particular about food textures, she sure knows how to make everything look like cafeteria leftovers.
July 6th, 6 p.m. It's been an insane day. I filmed like a long chit chat, like update about my like health and stuff. Just in general. Well, for people on YouTube, it's going to be more of like a catching up with what I'm currently going through.
Her hair looks so similar to where Scar was, I think Scar filmed or reacted to the prelude to this show right here. Because this looks like that haircut. The bangs are giving that haircut. Maybe? Maybe. Also, this year ago I did this a year ago. So this is 2 years ago that this would have been taking place.
I'm dealing with, because I'm having a lot of stuff happening. And then on top of that, I found out today that I have less than 24 hours to figure out getting a U-Haul and people to help move the things that have been gifted, because otherwise it's all going to get donated to Goodwill. And I want to make sure that doesn't happen. So right now I'm getting ready to heat up some food because I need to, like, you know, eat. It's 6 p.m. and all I've had today is like a mango, I think. And yeah, what am I doing? Oh. Okay. So I'm trying the thing that I bought in my all.
What am I doing? It's microwavable pulled pork, girl. You're doing one of two things. You're removing it from its package and putting in something to heat it up, or you're just snipping holes in it and throwing it in the fucking microwave. U-Haul for what? She was having furniture that was donated to her from somebody, that was gifted to her from somebody, probably somebody she doesn't like now. Probably somebody that's a bitch. I don't fucking know. But somebody donated furniture to her, and she was trying to find a way to get it to her house because she was in control of that. She had to find out how to get it there.
Aldi shop with me, the bulgogi Korean pulled pork, and I'm just keeping it really simple because I'm so stressed out and the pain is making me not hungry.
Jason, I have to babysit my 3 nieces this weekend, and the little runts chose Matilda for their movie Good Times Ahead. It's so unfortunate that has traumatized us now, for multiple reasons, but now more so for this. You have to see Brucey with the cake.
So I have some leftover cauliflower rice and I'm gonna mix with sticky rice. And I don't have any like good raw veggies to go with this. Unfortunately, I didn't plan ahead, or cooked veggies. And I'm living in, oh, you can't even really see it, but I'm living in chaos right now. Because my family is helping prep areas. I am beyond beyond the point of exhausted and stressed out. So this is what I'm doing instead of eating out. You know, I think a lot of people judge foods like this because they don't understand that it's an accessibility thing for people. Like people who either maybe have literal disabilities, like not literal, but like physical disabilities, or if they struggle with like executive dysfunction, pain issues.
I mean, girl, I don't think you're going to be able to convince me that it's a physical issue that's keeping you from throwing meat into a crock pot and letting it cook all day to make a shredded pork. You can't convince me that it takes more work to microwave to throw something in a crock pot and let it slow cook all day until you're ready to eat it, than having to go into the kitchen, get it out of the freezer, open the package up, put it in the microwave, take it out of the microwave, stir it up to make sure that it's heating properly, and throwing it back in the microwave, letting it heat up more, and then constructing the other side dishes that you're having with this. Because it's not like you're just eating pulled pork. You're adding other shit to it that also has to be heated up. So everything is having to go into that one microwave, where you could have just thrown it all into the crock pot and called it a fucking day. You know what poor people do? We do casseroles a lot. We do crock pot meals a lot. We do bulk foods a lot, like beans and rice and shit like that. Stuff that can sit in a slow cooker, cook low and slow all day, and then we have days that we can eat on it. That's what poor people do. That's what people that don't have the energy to fucking cook every day do. We don't go fucking heating shit up for fucking minutes at a time, different fucking entrees in a microwave. That seems pretty counterintuitive to wanting something quick and easy.
There's a plethora of reasons, so I'm really excited to try this, honestly. So I'm gonna microwave everything, and yeah, I'll check back in. Okay, guys, so I actually just got an interesting phone call. So that was interesting regarding like getting a case manager, which I've needed one, but anyway, I don't know much more about that. I wanted to just make my plate real quick. Oh, interesting. This is like almost pasty. The carnitas texture is more like shredded pork. This is very like wet. I found some pre-cooked bell peppers in the fridge, so I mixed those in with the cauliflower. So I'm just gonna dump what's left of this bag in here. My mom didn't finish the bag, so I like to mix it in with the regular rice because I don't.
Jennifer, this was her earlier like pre-recorded content, so she did a lot of the low BMI voice, the little cutesy sweet voice. In her live streams, especially present day, she don't give a fuck. Like, she comes raw and ragged and not a butterface. She's never been a butterface to the internet.
Do any specific, diet plan, and it really makes the cauliflowered rice taste like rice when you mix it with any grain rice, honestly. And it makes it more voluminous and frankly delicious. And so since this is cauliflower rice, I'm gonna add a little bit of seasoning.
And that, my exhausted little soulmates, was your glimpse into Rosie's year-old vlog of ailments, applesauce, and absolute avoidance of accountability. If you're wondering whether anything has changed in a year, plot twist, it hasn't. But the snacks, oh, they stayed loyal. Don't forget to throw a like on this emotional roller coaster, drop your most unhinged comment below, and of course smother the subscribe button like Rosie smothers a plate of pork slurry. Big thanks again to Culinary, Tiffany Joy, Big Titty Pretty Bitch, and Secret Squirrel. Y'all are the real MVPs, keeping the ship of snark afloat. Until next time, I'm Ashley,
And I stay tired because y'all refuse to log off. Aren't you exhausted? Yes, and I'm out.
Hey guys, welcome back to Aren't You Exhausted? Yes, I really am. I'm your back, big host.
Sorry about that. I'm your big back bitch host, Ashley. It is 9:30 on this Thursday evening. I am without children in the house. This is still spring break for them. They are with their grandparents. Hallelujah. I got a night to breathe. Oh my God, look how big my ears were. I miss it. I'm working my way back up. Y'all, well, most of y'all know. Some of y'all know. Maybe a few of you know. That my youngest need me in the fucking ear. My ears used to be 43 millimeters. And they need me in the ear while we were roughhousing, as we do, because I'm a roughhouser. I got kneed in the ear and it blew my ear out. So I took both of my my fucking earrings out and I let them just be because I wasn't going to stick anything in them while it was healing. And I let them both kind of shrink up. They shrunk up below an inch. And I'm working my way back up. I'm in an inch right now. I've lost weight since this video. Thank you. I'm a slow progress now. I am working on being healthier, but it's a slow and steady wins the race. My commentary is always so dry. Sarcasm. I love it. I get that from my mother. I laugh at my own jokes as well. Some of y'all may not find them funny, but I think it's so. Will you play Good Time Boy by Prof before I go? I sure will. I need to gape. Excuse me. I need to gape. But no, I'm working on getting my ear size back up because now seeing this, I miss them. And I'm going to spend it lightheartedly talking about some things. Now, if you know that Rosie made her checking out statement of leaving YouTube because of some kind of coup going on in her Discord where there was a troll who was something and she tried outing them by posting fake screenshots of a conversation being had and it went her way, yet she left YouTube. Yeah, if you're confused, I was confused too. But I wanted to go over some of her last few Twitter posts leading up to the leave and then after the leave. So here recently, Syrian prison bees normalize not commenting on people's body. I was commenting on my own damn body. What are you talking about? A lot more people have been covering Rosie. It just happened. I think the more people saw the lull in content with Amberlynn and Chantal, they kind of looked elsewhere of what was going on. And since good old Rosie inserted herself into girl world, she was who we were picking next to gloss over and see if there was anything worth reporting on. So a lot of people started seeing similarities in her content to the feeder community that she vehemently was so against because of her past with them. And yet she's pretty much copying the content of Rain, her arch nemesis. And if you don't know about the past there, I would suggest go and watching Wicked Weird Wednesday's latest video on Rosie and that whole situation and Veronica. It's messy, but it gives you a little bit of history there of what
the kind of context behind this is and why a lot of people believe that Rosie is a hypocrite and the content she is creating is feeder content, whether she wants to believe it as such. It is a direct copy of those that she is shitting on. Anyhow, moving on to the statements made on Twitter, or X, I guess it's called now. I'm always going to say Twitter. Fuck Elon. So I'm going to post the screenshot right here of this message, but I'm going to read it out to you. QuirkyLoveRosee says on January 29th of this year, I just want to say I have a past in feederism when I was a shittier version of myself. I appreciate the people that give me the chance to show them who I currently am. This thing blowing up has people bringing up things I've done in my past that I've been separated from for years. I'm just kicking it with people in chats because this shit is funny. Her behavior was unhinged and it landed on my internet doorstep. I appreciate the people supporting me, but I am very openly atoned and apologized for my past in every way. Unlike some people, some of you might remember that I have a dedicated, creepy ass stalker of a reactor who sent me booze to my house, who makes shit up about me. So if you have any questions about anything from my past and want to have a respectful convo about it, I'm down. I'm already seeing lies about me, which is to be expected from Girl World. If I'm not your cup of tea, that's totally fine. I'm a fat, neurodivergent bitch on the internet, and some people just like to make fun of that. But I don't mean any harm, and nowadays I just cook and vibe on my stream. Take care, heart. And then we have after the leave of YouTube, where she also cross-posted her YouTube video to her Twitter page. Yeah. The post that she made March 18th, days following her leaving YouTube, she says, I made a big statement about it last time, and that's not the intent here. I just want people to know that if I unfollowed you, it isn't personal. The same day, March 18th, she posted another Twitter post, kind of clarifying what she meant in the post before, saying, if I unfollowed you, it's because I'm making an effort to distance myself from Girl World again. And this time, I'm unfollowing anyone who posts about it. And I'm going to go on a muting spree. Enough. Because blocking words wasn't enough last time. I need to use my energy on working on myself. But then that did not last long, because the same day, March 18th, a subsequent post was made. And this time it was really poking the bear for somebody who's supposedly trying to distance themselves from Girl World. And she stated, using a Mean Girls meme, by the way, me when certain people are scrambling at me leaving YouTube. And the quote says, why are you so obsessed with me? Ma'am, who is scrambling? Nobody that makes content addressing the shitty things that you have done is profiting to the extent where it's their full-time job. So nobody is scrambling to cover your content. You just happen to be messy enough for us to cover your content. And it's really not even that popular of content, because if we're looking at numbers, the numbers that people are doing based off of covering the shit that you're doing do not even compare to the numbers that they get when covering other people. So
this is all still very true. Nobody pulls in the numbers covering Rosie that they would covering Chantal or Amber Lynn, or now even the LCU. Like, a lot of people pull in better numbers covering other fucking people.
I don't think you're as important as you think you are, but also you're creating feeder content. There's really not much to comment on other than calling you a hypocrite. Like, really, there's not much of substance there. So, and that's all. I hope that was enough to do something for you. I don't know. In the meantime, I'm going to go finish Severance. I'm still trying to get caught up with that. I think I have one more episode, but that doesn't air until Friday. So I'm really looking forward to the season finale of Severance, the second season. And then after that, I'm going to start watching The Royal Gemstones. Yeah. Anyhow, that's all I got for you. Hopefully it gave you a little tickle like it did me. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Urine right now. Thank you, Kels. I've been so nauseous. I called out of work, obviously, and the reason I'm in the pool right now is because it's been getting so hot in Florida that with the AC running, my house is still getting up to 84 degrees, and I'm dying.
Welcome to Aren't You Exhausted? The show where we don't just watch the mess, we lift it, label it, and live stream its emotional core. I'm your host, Ashley, the big back bitch, built like a linebacker and armed with a master's in spite. It says Meatwad. Spiritually sponsored by noise-canceling headphones and online boundary issues. If you're new here, this is commentary with compression socks. I dig through internet drama like it's a group therapy session run by someone with a vendetta and a ring light. My motto, you feel called out, that's between you and your Wi-Fi provider. Tonight we're going to cannonball right into the lukewarm waters of QuirkyLoveRosee, Rosie to her fans, Persephone to her pool, and emotional lifeguard to exactly no one. Her latest live stream, roughly 2 days ago now, of sweaty spirals, Reddit rebuttals, and weaponized vulnerability. Basically a TED Talk on how to overshare while overheating. So, hydrate.
Oh yeah.
Sit back and let's unpack the live stream that had more plot twists than a Netflix true crime docuseries. Except nobody dies and everyone's still tweeting.
So I was talking to my mom and I felt super nauseous, probably because I hadn't eaten and it had been hours since I'd woken up. And I was super nauseous, so I just ate something and I feel a bit better, but I still feel woozy. And the heat is not helping, so I was like, let me just get in the pool because that'll help cool me down. And it's helping me cool down. I've not been feeling good. And I've come to realize that I think the nausea is based in the PTSD symptoms, because that, and also when I don't remember to eat in the morning, that makes me more likely to be nauseous.
Do you think the nausea was also attributed to her unchecked and unmonitored diabetes? And not only that, it was hot as hell in her fucking house with the AC not working and it being 84 in there for a big girl. Even with the fan on you, girl, that's going to be rough. That could have also contributed to your fucking nausea. Some people are heat intolerant. Big bitches even more so. That'll leave you feeling woozy. Some woozy.
Because I wake up in the morning when I'm needing to deal with my job and I just feel so physically ill. But on the weekends, I don't feel as physically ill. And it's directly stress related, which is what PTSD is, you know what I mean? And it's so stupid because it's like, I was like talking to myself yesterday and I was like, I have to go to work today. I have to push through. And I woke up and I felt so fucking sick. I could barely function. It just sucks because it's like I have no appetite, and then I end up feeling worse because I'm a diabetic. So it's like if I don't eat, then eventually I get nauseous from not eating, and then I also end up more likely to eat more at the end of the day if I'm not eating correctly.
So we start with a familiar combo from Rosie. She's hot, she's nauseous, and existentially fragile, or possibly low blood sugar or high blood sugar. But a diagnosis by vibes. And once Rosie's cooled off in the pool, possibly high on chlorine, and maybe a little on unsolicited sympathy, the real content begins.
I don't know, man. I really wanted to go live this past weekend, but I kept letting my anxiety win. So I've just been withdrawing a lot more. I've gone through some stuff recently that sucks, but I took some time to process that because apparently I'm a bad friend, but it is what it is. I try my best, but yeah, I know. And my anxiety has just been through the roof bad, and I've been struggling with how do I want to phrase this? I've been struggling with doing what I need to do to take care of myself. In my mind, just live life. Everyone is going to get canceled at some point. Some people are sensitive now. People are too sensitive nowadays. I get what you're saying, because at the end of the day, I've really changed my perspective on the whole canceling and everything like that, because I've lived on the internet on both sides as a viewer and as a creator, and I've seen how things get twisted, how things get manipulated. Society is currently in a revert, and it's more difficult for me to exist online as a fat person now than it was 3 years ago. If you go to my Instagram comments right now, it's heinous. All the comments I get, which I'm not super active on Instagram anymore, but all the comments I get are hate. I just get nasty, really uninspired, really unpleasant comments just for having a page existing as a fat person. It's actually crazy. And it's just more difficult to exist in the world if you're different in any capacity right now. Obviously, I would say it's much more difficult if you're not white, if you're visibly trans or gay. People are just really out here being nasty, judgmental.
I feel like, again, I feel like this is probably something, and no, not probably. This has always been something. No, like even before internet, if you were different, you were deemed fucking weird. If you're different than people, they are going to perceive you as being weird. That's always been there. Always. It's not just happened in the past few years. It's always fucking been there.
Closed-minded, and that's being accepted more and more as the norm. And as I'm getting older, it's just been really interesting seeing the roller coaster, because I feel like we've really reverted as a society. We're much more closed-minded and hateful. And I remember in the early 2000s how certain things are more acceptable than they were the past, I don't know, 5 to 10 years. And it's like we've cycled back to how that was in the early 2000s. And it really doesn't sit right in my heart. And it's really, as someone who is very open-minded and wants to be caring and accepting of all types of people, and it's like, as long as you treat me well, I'll treat you well, and as long as you're a good person, you're not being hateful and nasty towards other people, then definitely I want to treat you that same way.
It's Rosie sitting here claiming she's not messy. In the same way Taylor Swift doesn't write breakup songs. Sure, babe. Oh, Rosie, don't say what you want to say. Don't be messy. She does anyway. In this little bit, we're talking about the latest Girl World crime scene. A video from creator Rachel, who allegedly released heavily censored DMs that were accusing Amberlynn Reed of physical abuse with Emily. Rosie claims that she commented on it, but wasn't involved. And she's pretty furious that people speculated as such.
Sorry, I was isolating again. It's just really frustrating because I enjoy this interaction and I really enjoy you guys, and I struggle with the negativity sometimes. So, address this. Off topic, but I saw your comment on Rachel's video on Emily. I completely agreed with you that video was so wrong. Thanks. I'm glad you said that, because I want to touch on that. I don't plan on engaging in Girl World normally, and as I said in that comment,
she doesn't plan on engaging with Girl World. She's constantly said that, yet constantly inserts herself into it. And she can't even keep consistency and keeping that lie going. I'm not gonna entertain it. I'm not gonna talk about it. But here, let me talk about it a little bit while you brought it up. I'm glad you brought it up, because now I can talk about it.
comment, Rachel was one of 2 creators that I watched. I talked about Amberlynn on the regular still, because I stopped watching everybody else because I just was so sick of the obnoxiousness, the hypocrisy, just the nastiness. It was just like I was already over Girl World, and I've really not engaged in it with it like I used to. But Rachel was one of the only creators that I genuinely enjoyed, and when that video got posted, I was so pissed off. I think it was, and then I checked the Reddit because I don't get on there super regularly like I used to. And then I saw a bunch of comments being like, I think it was Rosie. And I'm like, why am I catching strays? Look, if I'm ever going to share messages or anything like that, it's going to come from me with my name and context attached, because I'm not a fucking, I almost said a word I shouldn't say, because I'm not a fucking little loser who's gonna post that shit. But
Didn't she talk about Zachary Mike under a different username? Under a name that wasn't widely known as being hers? I could have sworn.
hide. What would I gain from handling it that way? So I thought it was insane. Like, and it was a lot of people saying that they thought it was me. And I was like, and then thankfully other people were like, no, Rosie left a comment. It definitely wasn't her. And I was like, thank you. Whether you like me or not, that's your prerogative. But if I were to do something like that, I would have done it with my name and face attached to it with my full chest. Oh my God. I know, Netflix, I saw several comments to the point that I left a comment on Reddit being defending myself. Because I was like, that was me. If you saw that Reddit comment, that was me. But anyway, I don't want to stay on the topic, but I wanted to address it so that way people knew. Because I think I feel so much better distancing myself from Girl World.
And to add to that disavowal of leaking things anonymously, okay, Internet Jesus, thank you for that martyrdom with metadata. These next bits are like Mean Girls, but live streamed. Rosie's again claiming to leave Girl World behind. Again, like it's a toxic ex. She keeps subtweeting.
The whole thing is toxic, and like, as much as I don't like Amberlynn, which is very
That crab life. When Ross talks about the LGBT in Florida, I'm ablaze with rage. My family is from the same town as Roz, and my trans family member was mugged and left with a broken arm and 3 ribs last September. That's crazy. Yeah, Florida is not a safe space for, unfortunately. I'm so sorry for that, crab.
very obvious to everybody. I've really just opened my eyes to how horrific the concept of Girl World is. My deep regret for ever being involved in it. My deep regret for, and I said in the comment to Rachel that I regret releasing the DMs between me and Amber because it didn't go the way that I thought it would. And it ended up, I feel like, hurting me in the long run in a way I didn't anticipate. And I didn't ask her to reach out to me, but at the end of the day, I wish I hadn't even commented the original comment that I made. I just wish I hadn't been involved at all. So I was just like, I just think they wanted their little fan fiction moment. You'd be like, because people love conspiracies and over there, and there's just a bunch of mentally ill people running around thinking that they're better than the other mentally ill people they're making fun of. And that's coming from a mentally ill person that used to be a part of it. So take with that what you will. Fucking gross.
That includes you, Rosie. You're out here analyzing conspiracies about yourself like you're in some kind of Netflix documentary titled Not Me, Though.
The whole thing is gross, and I think it's abhorrent. And the fact that people thought it was me pisses me off. Because absolutely not. So anyway, I'd like to change the topic now. They've almost all eventually become the subject they claimed to detest. Oh, Rosie, don't be messy. Don't be messy, bitch. Don't be messy. Don't say what you want to say. It was very manipulative. It was gross. It's fucking nasty. I've never DM'd with Emily, and a lot of reaction channels misreported that because I never DM'd. I've never privately spoken to Emily, ever. I never wanted to. I don't know, is there, blame it on the chlorine? Are you gonna bring back cooking videos? Possibly, yeah. Frankly, I just don't want to deal with people's bullshit around the topic of feederism. If I interact with food on camera, I'm instantly making feeder content because I'm breathing and I'm around food. And it's really frustrating, so it just makes me feel weird about it.
You should feel weird about it. And it's not that you're just breathing around food, girl. If that was the only fucking thing happening, I don't think many people would have an issue about it. but it's the fact that you are cooking large amounts of food for just yourself and eating large amounts of food. And the fact that you can't go a 2-hour live stream without eating something. That's crazy. That's crazy. Coming online just to eat and then fucking off after, that's crazy. That's why people have an issue with it. You are showing the struggle of you trying to prepare food to eat, and then the struggle of eating said food, and then the struggle to stay committed to doing your content after eating the food. It's unfortunately very reminiscent of the content you were creating prior. In fact, maybe leading and leaning in more into the side of the fetish that you so vehemently were against, which is the death feederism. Like, do you think this is not leading up to that? This is exactly that. They want to see the struggle. They want to see your fucking addiction for food supersede anything else in your life. You're not even taking care of yourself anymore. We're not running a brush through our hair. We're not bathing regularly. We're not putting pride into our appearance. Literally, all of that is wiped away. And at the bottom of the barrel, we just have food. You're eating it messily. You're preparing it messily. It takes a long fucking time. You're in pain the whole time. You're showing that you hate fucking doing it. But the enjoyment you get out of eating the food, that's what they want to see. And you can't tell me that that's not what you're catering to and banking on.
It's not feeder content, and I do know that, but people who've never been involved in it or know anything about it will literally try to gaslight me and say that it is, and I'm like, oh my god. And I'm just not interested. I've been avoiding making vlogs and just sticking to lives for a reason. And I don't even want to say the reason, because then I just feel like it's going to incite certain people. So I know it's not feeder content, but God forbid someone gets hungry. People always got to make something it isn't. I know. And it's like people just like to throw my past in my face.
Yes. And you're feeding them with live streams that include 6 plot arcs, 4 villains, and an unreliable narrator who's mentally unwell and oversharing meets mukbang. The line between dinner and discourse is non-existent. What's funny here is that Rosie is claiming that the reason that she's avoided making vlogs and has been sticking to live streams is because people are projecting her past onto everything she does, especially anything involving food. Ma'am, no one is gaslighting you. They're just watching.
Do you play video games? No, so when I was younger, especially when I was first dating my ex, I played video games, and then I got a couple concussions, and I kept trying, but I really struggle to play video games, especially obsessed. No, I don't talk to London guy. I don't talk to any. There was a guy I was talking to, but low-key, I think I ghosted him. I don't think I meant to, but I did. I don't think we're ever gonna actually meet in person.
This is really starting to give Bo Burnham with more humidity and less musical talent. We'll title it Welcome to Parasocial Purgatory. She mentions ghosting some random guy that she's been talking to for a little while, almost casually. She's really trying to give off emotionally unavailable here, but with a live stream schedule. She's been isolating, yet prior to the AC issues, she was live streaming at least 4 times a week, if not more. She's so overwhelmed, but narrating it, it's becoming a digital paradox. The introvert who just can't log off. And then randomly, we start discussing the inspiration for her username, the origin story, the backstory of QuirkyLoveRosee. And with that, the brand was built on whimsy and blind optimism of someone who had yet to be emotionally set on fire by the internet.
What's the origin of my YouTube name? So I needed to create a username for Instagram in 2013. Back when I was just a wee, young, 20-something-year-old, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, had never been in a relationship, had never been traumatized as an adult. I'd been traumatized as a child, not as an adult yet.
Yikes.
A quote so bleak it should be embroidered on a therapy pillow.
And I wanted to make a username, and I couldn't think of one, and this was before I knew who certain people on the internet were. This was before I knew anything about the internet. And I was wanting to think of a username, and I was like, well, I'm quirky, and I love love, and my name is Rosie, so QuirkyLoveRosee, you know, it was very much that.
So the long and short of this is Rosie's in recovery from everything. Heat, Reddit, Mormonism, family rumors, feeder accusations, and her own live button. So let's recap, shall we? Rosie says she's not messy, but she's narrating her own cancellation like it's some prestige miniseries. She's not in Goro World, but she's dropping soliloquies like the misunderstood villain of every Pretty Little Liars episode. She's not making feeder content. She's just got dinner and trauma on camera again. She's not lonely. She's just isolated, spiraling, crowdsourcing therapy from a comment section. In short, this live stream had the emotional clarity of a Lana Del Rey outro and pacing of a Love is Blind reunion with no resolution. So if you're wondering if you should explain yourself to the internet, ask yourself, aren't you exhausted? Once again, I'm Ashley, the big-backed bitch, your snarky Sherpa, through the trauma thirst content. Subscribe if you're into unpacking live stream chaos like it's a TSA checkpoint. And do me a favor, drop your most unhinged username origin story down in the comments below. And remember, the internet never forgets, but it does misquote. Until next time, drink water, don't overshare, and maybe just close the app before your healing turns into performance art. This has been your chlorinated confessional. Thank you for floating with me. Bye.
You had no idea.
Where the backs are big, the drama's hot, and the bullshit gets grilled even harder than Rosie's dad's chicken. I'm your host, Ashley, and today before we get into things, let's give a quick shout out to channel members, Emmy, Kalari C, Tiffany Joy. I was sick here, you can tell by my voice. My voice is very raspy, very lounge singer. Big Titty Pretty Bitch, and Secret Squirrel. Y'all are the real MVPs of this mess. Rosie, or as the algorithm knows her, QuirkyLoveRosee, is back again, live, and allegedly alive. You know, after that little stretch of radio silence from her leave from YouTube, that she swears was about recovery and relaxation and
reflection.
but it looks like it was a whole lot of laying horizontally and snack tray buffets. But alas, she returned to her live stream throne, and what a throne it is. Not figuratively, mind you. I'm talking about her trusty little office chair, the one that she's seemingly tethered to like it's a mobility device that runs on queso and trauma. In true Rosie fashion, she kicks off the live stream wearing a very tight-fitting, cleavage-defying dress that had her titties screaming out for emancipation. I've seen wrestling belts with less compression.
Yeah, I'm enjoying my evening. I've just been relaxing. I accidentally stayed up super late, and so I slept in today. So the day I went live was like the first day of me dealing with something that was causing me like a lot of pain, and like the next day was way worse, and I had a really rough few days there. And so I was really just not in the place to be going live and stuff, and my anxiety's been really bad, and I mean, y'all know I've kind of like hinted at kind of just what I've been going through recently, but I haven't really talked about it in depth because I just, to be blunt, I just haven't wanted to.
And let's talk about the scene she's setting.
I'm getting hungry. It's just a good thing I'm cooking. Like I said, I slept in, so the only thing I've consumed today is when they grilled some stuff. My dad grilled some boneless chicken thighs, so I made that. I made one sandwich, and then I just ate a second thigh, and that's all I've had today. So I'm getting hungry.
She's waking up in the evening, not morning, evening, and is immediately offered grilled meats
from her father, which in turn she eats and then makes a sandwich out of for her first meal of the day upon waking. She's being fed like a feral animal at a zoo, trying to rouse them from hibernation. Then came the culinary chaos. Rosie made herself a vat of chicken salad, because who needs portion control when you've got industrial grade mixing bowls?
We're currently making chicken salads. Let me taste mine real quick. So, as you can see, this is mine. This is theirs. That's pretty good.
She ate it straight from the mixing bowl like she was doing a competitive eating competition. And midway through, it can only be described as a carb-fueled epiphany. She decided that this bowl-to-mouth technique wasn't luxurious enough, wasn't as fulfilling. So naturally, she upgraded to adding a croissant, which her mother lovingly opened for her.
Enjoy.
Where's Scar with this cleavage hanging out? These titties are out. Hey, me. What are we watching? We're watching my old pre-recordeds on Roz. What way to come back from vacation than just doing a refresher to remind ourselves what the hell is going on here on this day.
And I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator to keep it cold, right?
And naturally, with all eyes on Rosie, she got a bit sassy with some of her viewers. Because what's a live stream without a little drama? The first comment to come across was somebody just vying for Rosie's attention, wanting an interaction with Rosie, and just a simple hello, I'm new to the community. Kind of begging for recognition though, because they were repetitive. Rosie's not going to fall for that. She side-eyed and let them know that she was not going to be their chat pet. Meanwhile, she's devouring that sandwich.
Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I'm just gonna put down.
Either planning on prepping for meals later in the week or just food in general. I mean, this is pretty on brand for Rosie at this point. This wasn't multitasking though. This was more like a mukbang performed as a cry for help. And just to tie in this moment with a pretty little bow, made out of mildew and despair, we see Rosie begin wiping her mouth and her sweaty cleavage with a limp neon rag, the same rag that has probably mopped the countertop, her forehead, and now her food canal. Where did it come from? Who knows? Maybe it's a family heirloom, maybe it's her napkin, her washcloth, and her sweat towel rolled all in one. That's efficiency. Or just maybe she's taking notes from Amberlyn Reed and her school of empowered decay. Then we get this moment where Rosie is donated $50. Yes, $50. Specifically for Cherry Coke Zero.
Oh my God, Renzi just sent me $50 for the Cherry Coke Fund. Renzi! On Cash App.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, thank you.
will so enjoy that.
Yes.
There you go. Feeders. Even though, like, okay, Cherry Coke, whatever. But, like, the fact that she was apparently grifting for this, wanting it and couldn't afford it, to where this person not only didn't super chat it, because they're like, no, she needs to get this money now. They cash apped it so that she could get her Cherry Coke.
Yes, we will. You have no idea.
Yeah, it's your mind, girl. I mean,
Oh my God, Renzi.
hey, that's so
That's
sweet.
so sweet, dude. You have no idea.
Because when you're fighting chronic illness and anxiety, nothing screams survival like fizzy diet soda budget boost. It's the peak of hydration and energy, folks. Between the bites of this edible anxiety spiral, she shares that her mom finally bullied her into scheduling a doctor's appointment.
But yeah, like I said, I've been going through some stuff, and I finally got a doctor's appointment made. My mom really encouraged me and helped me to get that process rolling. I have to go see a new doctor again because the last doctor that I went to go see left practices again. And when I first called, thankfully I was able to find a different office that's still semi-close, but the office that I called, all the other doctors had.
How was she unaware of the last doctor that she saw going out of practice? The offices would call all of the patients to let them know and prepare for changing doctors if their doctor's no longer going to be practicing, right? That's a thing that they have to do. They have to reach out to their patients to give their patients enough time to find another doctor. They don't just up and stop practicing and just you're out of fucking luck. That's not how doctors' offices work. Unfortunately, it's not how doctors' offices work.
No availability until 2026. It's really hard to access services, and it's like, I don't know if it's just a newer thing nationwide in America, or like if it's Florida specific, but I've really just struggled with getting access to stuff in Florida. It's been really frustrating.
Also, the only reason that it would take her so long to be seen by a new doctor is because she's not a patient of theirs. So you don't take priority. If you're coming in as a new patient, you're going to have to wait until they have a time open. You don't take precedence over their established patients. That's the downside to not having a primary care provider, unfortunately.
Because she wouldn't do it herself, obviously. Nothing says I'm gonna take control of my health like waiting until your mother forces your hand like a 33-year-old toddler. And when did she try to book a new doctor? She was told that the next appointment would be in 2026, which actually tracks. By then, she might actually admit that her blood sugar issues were just capitalist-induced anxiety all along. She then goes on to tell us about her health issues, especially the nausea, are actually from stress and not sugar. Groundbreaking.
Yeah, unfortunately. Honestly, I'm shook they haven't fired me with the amount of work that I've missed. It's kind of shocking. If they do fire me, I will not be surprised. I've missed a stupid amount of work because I've really been struggling with my symptoms and stuff. And so I finally kind of pulled my head out of my ass and was able to figure out the doctor situation. So I've had struggles with the nausea. It's been a bit better. Like I said, the past few days I've been feeling better. And today I had an increase in my nausea that was so annoying and stupid because it's or not the nausea. Did I say nausea? I meant anxiety. Because of it being the weekend. I'm like, why the fuck am I anxious? So this is annoying. Hey, Cooey, good to see ya. Hey, Nicotine.
Yeah, Heather, this is retro. This is from last year, and I think this was just me reacting to her live stream content.
Hey, Kayla.
What I've always found so weird about Roz claiming that certain symptoms that she's having aren't attributed to her diabetes is the fact that she's never checked her blood sugars. So how would she know? If you're not checking them and you're not managing them and you haven't changed your diet to like at least acknowledge them, then how do you really know? How do you know?
I thought that the nausea might be like related to some potential like blood sugar issue or something, but it wasn't. It was entirely anxiety based, and that really pissed me off when I figured that out. Because it's a newfound chronic nausea due to anxiety, which like my whole life I've struggled with nausea when I'm anxious, like at times, like occasionally here and there, but recently it has become unbearable, truly unbearable, and so I need to really reevaluate and see what the doctor says. And
that's interesting that anxiety causing nausea was the reason that she was calling out of work and such. But like, if you were to hear her tell the story today, it's because she's in pain. She can't sit there for hours on end. She has to have accommodations for at home work, but doing nothing to alleviate any of those symptoms that she's having, like getting up, standing up, walking around. If I'm working at my desk all day, I'm going to be in pain if I sit there all fucking day. My ass is going to be sore. So I get up about every hour or two, walk around, stretch my legs, do what I need to do, and then I come in after I've done my due. I come and I fucking sit back down and I do a little bit of work. You have to take breaks. This bitch can't even bother to do that. She's like, no, you know what? I'm just not going to show up, and hopefully they won't fire me, but they probably are going to. So she can't even fucking show up for YouTube consistently. Like, what hope does she have at being any amount of success if she can't fucking show up for herself?
get some blood work done and all that. So it's time. And I've been delaying it because it makes me anxious. And I'm really scared to leave the house. So.
And now she sees the pattern. She feels fine on the weekends, feels like death during the work week. So yes, your job is the problem. We've cracked the case. But instead of quitting, she stays because she spent a majority of her savings on getting her parents from Norway to the US. And someone's got to pay for the goat cheese and app subscriptions that she pretends are treat.
Clown sourcing, they accommodated her by giving her an ADA 1 hour nap. Oh my God. That's crazy. We're going to let you take an additional 1 hour break so you can just go take a nap. Fuck, where was that when I was working? Where was when I was doing regular work from home, even office stuff? Let me go take a nap in the fucking break room. That's crazy. Crazy.
treatment plans.
How do you tell that the nausea is from anxiety? Is there a particular trigger? So it took me a couple weeks to pick up the pattern. Like a week or two, I would say, roughly, because my short-term working memory is not great, so I apologize. My time frames may not be perfect, but there was just like what was happening is during the work week I would be like gagging in between calls and like trying to deal with my nausea and like working and being worked out and stressed, and then there'd be days where I like physically couldn't handle the symptoms that I was dealing with, and then the weekend would come and I'd start to feel a lot better as I rested, or like if I was calling out, there was like one week where I called out an entire week, and by the end of that weekend I felt like myself. I felt totally fine. I go back to work and I start working, and within 1 to 2 days I'm really physically sick again, and I'm like getting really pissed off because I really need to make money. I need to work. Like I've got fucking bills, like I've got shit to do, and I don't, you know, I'm not on YouTube as much anymore because of just where I'm at in life, and I'm just like, you know, I need to make
That crab life. When I was bedridden, I literally worked in my bed. That's why Roz outrages me. She couldn't be bothered. Her computer was literally on the other side of her bedroom. She had to roll out of bed. She could have just gotten right into the chair and went right to work. And instead, she didn't. Every excuse on why not to. But then when you hear her talk about her work experience during that time, she was shitting on people that were training with her for not doing it as well as she did. She was the best, yada, yada, blah, blah. And I'm just sitting here thinking, this fucking poor older woman that she's shitting on for being not as tech savvy and not as great at this job as her is probably laughing her ass off at her right now, because she's probably still got the job, because guess what? She still showed up. She showed up every day. She came and did her job and went home. Came and did her job and went about her day. Whereas you couldn't even bother to fucking show up.
make a living here.
Just Jamie. Hope your vacay was great. Just please take my wrench. Do you it's too much? It's too much for you? I don't want that much responsibility. With great responsibility.
And I spent a lot of my nest egg to get my parents here, and so it's just like I need to do this, and I'm like getting sick, and I'm so pissed off about it, and I'm just like, you know, it's just frustrating.
Then she drops another bombshell. She's afraid of grilling. She said that she's been meaning to ask her dad to teach her how to grill, but she was too sick last week to even get off the couch. Unless, of course, food was involved. In which case she was moving like a DoorDash driver in a storm. Priorities.
I'm scared to grill. I've been meaning to have my dad, like, teach me how to use the grill. But like I said, this past week I was really not feeling well, and it wasn't until like about 2 days ago I woke up and I was like, oh my god, this is the best I've felt in a while. And it was so exciting because, like, dealing with like chronic illness and being disabled and stuff, like, there are days when I wake up and like I know I'm like, fuck, I was like, I cannot work, I cannot get out of bed, like, this fucking sucks. And then I woke up and I was like, I don't feel like going to work, this is annoying. And then I realized, I was like, wait, I was like, I feel like I don't going to work, but I can go to work. So I went to work and I was,
Girl, I would love to have the luxury of just saying, you know what, I'm not going to go into work today. But no, I have bills that I got to pay that aren't going to pay themselves. I've went to work right after having a child. My stomach was still stapled and I went back to work, girl. That's not a flex by any stretch of the means, but like, you calling out because you're a little woozy that eventually passes after you've ate something. Just fucking eat, girl. Eat and shit and get to work.
I was really excited about it. Because that's to me like such a distinction of like when I know I'm doing okay, because like, yeah, I don't like my job and it sucks and blah blah blah, and I've been putting in.
If girl, you're like 3.5 hours late to this party, I'm not gonna hold it against you. I'm not gonna hold it against you. Rand said, eat shit, work, live, laugh, love. Exactly.
And more job applications and stuff too, but we'll see. Yeah, I know. I've been really meaning to have my dad teach me more about grilling, because then I could try to learn how to grill my own steak. Like, we have it out there. I don't know why I'm so intimidated by it, but.
And oh, we took a detour into privacy politics. She begins telling us that she might not live stream while her niece is in town, and that she's very protective of her family's privacy, which is really cute coming from somebody who doxed a mother and then later had inappropriate conversations with that woman's minor child over some internet slap fight. But sure, now she's worried about minor children's internet safety. Better late than ethical.
I got distracted, sorry. What was I going to tell you? Oh, my mom offered to take me to go get my hair done because apparently Sam's Club, not Sam's Club, I think it's called Sam's.
Hey, pussy, welcome. Just popping in to say hey. Ethereal, I've gone to work with walking pneumonia because I didn't want to let my colleagues down. Oh, Ethereal, if you had walking pneumonia, that would have been a time to take off. I wouldn't even have held that against you. If you had an actual ailment and not just feeling a little woozy because you're beatus and you hadn't ate nothing and you didn't take a shit in the morning, didn't have time for a shit because you slept in late because you were playing with your Neopets all night, that's different.
Sam's one of those places is having like a $10 special, and I'm nervous because I haven't gotten my hair cut like done by somebody else in a very long time, and before then it was my ex's mom, so I haven't gone to like an actual hair salon in probably legitimately like a decade, maybe like 8 years, but somewhere in there. Yeah, my mom said she wanted to go to take me to get a haircut, basically, and like go out and do something fun. Also, at some point when my parents are here.
All right, and that is my cue to end this for tonight because the frames have already started dropping, so I guarantee you my internet's going to cut out here soon. So it's best to leave while the leaving's good. Oh shit, my Neopets are dying. Jamie said when she was in charge of payroll years ago, she made a very questionable choice about showing up to work when I shouldn't have. I had no backup. Yeah. I've worked sick before. I've worked sicker than a dog before, which I'm never going to say like don't take off for that. Obviously, if you're sick, don't bring that shit to work and make other people sick. I understand that some people can't do that because they still got to make ends meet and can't take that hit and pay. But Rosie's out here saying, oh, I'm feeling a little bit woozy. I can't go to work today, but I can go and live stream for 12 hours. Or I can go and live stream for 2 hours and shoot the shit. But I can't work. I sure can't. Look how scanty she was. It was a dainty thing. She was so dainty. Well, thank you all for joining me tonight on this resurgence from my vacation. I'll be back Saturday. We'll talk about Caitlin of $5.99. She's fine. There's a lot to unpack there. I have a lot of receipts saved. I'm going to work on some more and some just more videos and stuff that we can kind of grasp more of context with things. So that's going to be our Saturday night. We'll start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, and I hope to see y'all there. Have a great night. Have a great week, and I'll see you this weekend. Bye-bye now.
Heather Rose 4749 says, my nachos just showed up, and my husband LOL, good timing. Jenny Linney says, lo y'all, mean it? Yami Nozomi says, Yadira 90 hour healing vibes for doggo. Just Jammy says, bye. Ozzy's Kitchen says, night y'all, kindly tickle the like button please. Jesse CMG says, Yadira, I'm so sorry. I hope your baby is better soon. Jennifer H says, OMG desk not death. Yami Nozomi says, thank you Ash, that was fun and I missed you. Lefe00 says, thanks Ash. GGER6LQ says, laters Ashley. Clown Sourcing says, and now she says her PTSD is too bad for her to work. Runamakluk02M says, thank you for the stream, hope y'all have a good night. Clown Sourcing says, like the chat y'all. Yadira9 says, Lefa, if I was Rosie I would have called out. Yami Nozomi says, night everyone. Yami Nozomi says, bye. Clown Sourcing says, oh shit, deep dive. Yadira9 says, thanks Yami. Thediftastic says, Ethan loves Andrea. Lefe00 says, hugs to all you beautiful people. Yadira9 says, bye guys, love y'all. Jenny Linney says, Ethan skipped me, he hates me.